All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's 3 o'clock, and I am ready for more One Piece. It's hot outside, but thank God it's cool inside. Let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Yo, peoples, Kyushu92 here, and welcome back to yet another live reading of One Piece. Today, we are going to be going through volume 60 of the series titled My Little Brother. Kohagen, good to see you as always. Let us begin. And I recently learned that every time I open up my blinds, I'm letting more heat in. And it's like 90 outside and also humid. So, yeah. Won't be doing that until summer's over. Good to see you, Psycho. Let's begin! The Story of One Piece, Volume 60. In an attempt to prevent the execution of his brother Ace, Luffy fights his way to Navy headquarters, where he is joined by Whitebeard and his pirates. But waiting for them there are the most powerful warriors the Navy can muster. A battle erupts such as the world has never seen. With the help of his allies, Luffy struggles to pass the Navy's fearsome defenses and rescue Ace, but at the last moment, Ace suffers a mortal wound from a Kainu and dies before Luffy's eyes. The great pirate Whitebeard is killed as well in this legendary battle. Luffy is spirited away to the Island of Women where he recovers, but the loss of his brother torments him. What is the nature of the bond between Luffy and Ace? Now, for the first time, the secrets of their past are revealed. It all begins 10 years ago. Yo! What's going on, Ozzy? Exactly. Greetings, fellow peoples. You was playing Diablo Immortal on your new tablet, waiting for me to start. Ah! Enjoy yourself. I'm not gonna play it because, well, I try to stay away from games that are monetization heavy. So, yeah, I try to stay away from games like that. So we got chapters 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got 10 chapters today. Chapters 585 all the way down to 594. Chapter 585, Brotherly Pact.
Gum Gum Pistol!
And Luffy, as a kid, tries to use Gum Gum Pistol against Ace, but he winds up hitting himself in the head.
Come on. What are you even doing?
And Ace just drop kicks Luffy. Then we have Sabo.
That's it. Another win for Ace. What's good about your powers anyway? I just can't do it right. If I could do it the way I want to, I'd totally clobber you. One more time. No, only 100 fights per person per day. We'll do it again tomorrow. Luffy, you lost to Ace and me 50 times today. I beat Ace 24 times and lost 26. Rats. When I'm 10, I'll beat you guys up good! Sure, only we'll be 13 then. Anyway, let's go find dinner.
And they're looking at a crocodile.
Okay, how about crocodile? Yeah, crocodile's great with rice. And try not to get eaten this time, Luffy. You only survived last time because it swallowed you whole.
Excuse me? He only survived this time because it swallowed him whole? This time? This time? The harsh conditions of Mount Corvo made these three grow strong. To the north of this mountain is Grey Terminal, also known as Trash Mountain. Another city lies even farther north, but a huge stone wall blocks the road. All travelers must pass through the Great Gate. Loads of garbage gathered from all over the land are dumped here twice a day.
Look, the trash is here! Time to go treasure hunting.
Any food today? The people of Trash Mountain make a living by collecting recyclable materials and selling them in town. Hey, you! What's your cargo?
Crocodile skins. I brought them here to sell.
But none of them actually wants to live in the city, for they know that life can be even more miserable there. Once through the gate, you can see a pathway for pedestrians. It leads to Edgetown, where the stench of trash hangs in the air. Hey!
When the sun goes down, the trash hunters patrol the streets.
When the sun goes down, the trash hunters patrol the streets. Be careful if you want to live. Edgetown is a place where street punks and gangsters gather.
Hey, you came from the trash mountain, didn't you? What's your cargo? Show it to me. Shut up, punks!
As it turns out that the individual that was dragging in the crocodile skins was basically, you know, that situation from like Little Rascals where kids are on the shoulders of each other to put themselves at the height of adults. Well, it was Ace, Luffy, and Sabo.
Shut up, punks!
Hey there! A little farther is the tidy central a little farther in is the tidy central town, and in the middle of that, surrounded by a high stone wall, is the highland where the royal family and the aristocrats live. This is the kingdom of Goa. Though thought to be the most beautiful of the East Blue, it is spotlessly clean. It is considered a successful example of a society where everything unnecessary is removed. A short distance away stands Luffy's birthplace, Windmill Village, almost completely isolated. And so we have but still part of this kingdom. So, it has a little map here. And if you guys want to follow along, either go to Vids or go to another place like Manga Plus to keep up with me. So, in this map, it shows the palace, Central Highland, Central Town, Edge Town, Gray Terminal, which is on the outside of the city itself. Then there's Mount Corvo, and beyond Mount Corvo is Windmill Village. So really, the Goa Kingdom itself has like a Mordor type of geography, where the mountains surround the kingdom, and on the outside of the mountains is where Luffy's from. And in the mountains and going into Trash Town is where all the dangerous creatures are. And then innermost of this, closer into the city, is where all the people are living. Gotta clip those. Central Town, Kingdom of Goa.
Thieves! They ate and didn't pay! Somebody catch them!
And it's Luffy, Ace, and Sabo bursting out of the window of a building.
Phew! That was good! See? I told you so!
As they all just start bouncing down the building and making a run for it. Hope this won't last long. You remember you didn't like this part? We'll see. We'll see how it goes. It's those three again! They're no criminals! Who let them into the shop? Don't let those three brats get away! Somebody catch them! What? And they run past this nobleman. Sabo! Sabo, wait! You're alive! Come back home!
Hey, Sabo, he's calling you.
Wait!
Who is that guy? Must have mistook me for somebody else. Let's go! I didn't think they'd jump out the window. This is the 4th floor, you know. They ate 26 bowls of noodles and broke my window.
Manager! They left a note! I owe you treasure. Luffy!
I owe you treasure?
The fact that Luffy signed his name.
What's your problem? I'm not hiding anything.
This was a palate cleanser, a palate cleanser after Marineford. Considering everything that happened in Marineford, there is nothing wrong with having a little downtime that is less massive.
What's your problem? I'm not hiding anything. Really? You are so. Come clean, Sabo. You sure you want to have secrets between us? Talk!
And this is both Ace and Sabo talking, Ace and Luffy talking to Sabo.
Talk or I'll beat it out of you! Yeah! I'll talk! You're the son of an aristocrat? Who is? I am! So? You wanted to know! Both my parents are still alive. I'm no orphan. I wasn't even born on Trash Mountain. That guy back there was my father. I'm sorry I lied to you guys. Well, you apologize, so you're okay by me. I forgive you. I don't get it. Why would you do that? Why would an aristocrat run off to live at Trash Mountain?
Listen to me, Sabo. You must become a man worthy to marry a daughter of the royal family. Then our family will be set. You'll be happy for sure. I've been working hard all day, Sabo. If you have time to draw pictures, go to your room and study.
You had a fight with a boy of the royal family? Yeah, I got hurt. He pulled a knife on me and... Mommy, I'm hurt! I'm terribly sorry. Is he hurt anywhere?
And it shows that the royals are no different than the celestial dragons. They're just less shady. This boy beat up another boy from the royal family, and his mom is going over to the boy rather than, check up on her own son. They don't want Sabo to be a child. They want Sabo to be their ace in the hole for getting in good with the royal family so that they're set for life. They don't see him as a son. They see him as a bargaining chip to get a higher status.
I'm terribly sorry. Is he hurt anywhere? All they care about is wealth and status, not me.
And Sabo remembers how he had tears in his eyes when he wanted his own parents to, care about him, but they don't care about Sabo. They care about what Sabo can do for their status.
If I can't marry a girl from the royal family, I'm no better than trash. So they force me to study and take lessons every single day.
There's nothing worse than having your parents try to live vicariously through their children, seeing them as a golden opportunity for them to have glory days, even though their days are long past. Basically put, Sabo is their meal ticket. Yeah, they've been trying to groom Sabo to be their meal ticket, but Sabo ain't no fool.
If I can't marry a girl from the royal family...
It buffered a little? Really? Did it? It didn't on my end, and I'm not getting any cues that said that it did. It might be on your end, Cohagen, but everything is still running fine here.
If I can't marry a girl from the royal family, I'm no better than trash. So they force me to study and take lessons every single day. Then they fight if I couldn't learn fast enough. I was just a nuisance in that house. I may not be an orphan, but I've always been alone.
Do not go near Trash Mountain. The creatures living there aren't human. They're trash in the shape of people. So already his dad is just teaching him wrong.
The aristocrats look down on Trash Mountain, but it's still better than that suffocating highland, living a strictly regimented life every year after year. So that's how it is. Ace, Luffy, let's go out to sea someday. Let's get out of this country so we can be free. I want to see the world and write a book about it. And navigation is the one thing I like to study. Let's get strong and become pirates.
And then Ace is smiling.
You don't have to convince me. I'm gonna be a pirate and win. I'll be famous all over the world. I'll prove my life's worth something. No matter how many people in the world don't approve of me, no matter how many hate me, I'm gonna be a great pirate and show them all. I won't run away from anyone. I won't lose to anyone. I don't care if they call me a villain. I'll make the whole world know my name. Okay then. Then I want to be...
And then apparently Luffy says something to them that has both Ace and Sabo looking at him like,
Huh? I can't believe you actually said that. You're funny, Luffy. I can't wait to see what you're like in the future. But isn't it really bad that we all want to be captains? That's something I didn't expect. I thought you wanted to be the navigator of my ship. Why don't you guys just be my crew? We'll decide our future in the future. Maybe we'll all go to sea separately. Hey, you stole the Don's bottle, didn't you? You know about this? If you exchange cups, it makes you brothers. Brothers? Really? When we become pirates, we might not be on the same ship together, but the three of us will always be brothers. No matter where we are or what we do, this bond will never be broken. Starting today, we're brothers!
And Ace, Sabo, and Luffy, with a cup full of sake, toast to them officially being brothers.
Yeah!
Then we have a montage of Ace, and Luffy, well, beating up on a whole bunch of people. Like, one of them, I think, hit Luffy in the face and his nose is bleeding, so Ace is beating up on this dude and Sabo's trying to hold him back. Then it cuts to them taking a bath. It cuts to them eating tons and tons of meat with Dadan and her crew. Cuts to them going into the forest over as the seasons change. Luffy falling through the bridge and they are grabbing onto him. Then we got Mariko. It's Mariko, right? No, Makino. It's Makino. Hold on. Yeah, Makino. Yeah, it shows Makino. It shows Makino talking about Garp, and they're all being tended to, getting new clothes. The mayor's there. Everyone's celebrating with Makino. Don't worry, Kohagen. I will look it up myself. Ace, Luffy, and Sabo beating up on lions. Picking mushrooms, but Luffy's about to be eaten by a snake. Garp showing up and then just bodying all three of them. Dadan getting a note for them saying that they've gone independent and they created their own little tree house. So now they're just living on their own, even though Dadan had searched for them. And they're just doing everything that they have been over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. One day.
Give Sabo back, Blue Jam!
Give him back? What nonsense is this? Sabo is my son. We parents gave life to our children. It's their duty to do whatever we tell them to. How dare you incite him to leave home? So he's already wrong. Just the fact that he says it's their duty to do whatever we tell them to. That's not why you have kids. That's not why you have kids. You don't have kids to turn them into servants. We parents gave life to our children. It's their duty to do whatever we tell them to. How dare you incite him to leave home? Are you after my money, you trash? What? Goes Ace, but then he gets bodied by a member of Blue Jam's crew, causing a little blood to fly on Sabo's dad's face. Hey, you, pirate! Be careful when you hit that gutter snipe. You got his filthy trash mountain blood on me. I have to disinfect immediately. And Sabo's being held by Blue Jam.
Stop it! Nobody made me do anything! I left home of my own free will!
You be quiet! Take care of the rest, pirate. Aye, sir. You paid me handsomely. I'll make sure these two never come near your son again.
Wait! Blue Jam! Father! Okay! I get it now!
You get what, Sabo?
Don't do it, Sabo!
I'll do whatever you want. I'll live the way you want me to live. But please, don't hurt them. Please. Please, they're my precious brothers.
Sabo!
Hey, don't go. Shake him off. We'll be okay.
Shake him off. We'll be okay. We're going to be free, right? Are you just gonna give up? Sabo!
And Sabo's being led away by armed guards and his father. And Sabo is crying to himself. And that's the end of chapter 585. Onwards to 586. But first, an SPS. Reader, Orachi, let's take a picture together. We'll take it when we say One Piece. Gotcha. Oh, by the way, let's start the question corner. Yay, I said it. Sign One Piece Love. Oda, okay, One Piece. Hey, it's already started. Question. Hello, I have a question for Frankie. My friend keeps shooting coup de vent at me during class, but I can't shoot my own coup de vent. Sweat drop. What's the proper counterattack? Sign Ms. Birthday. Answer. Shoot back with a coup de boo. Right, Frankie? Ow! Yeah. Question. Why does Admiral of the Fleet Sengoku get salmon roe on his head when he uses his powers? Sign Tomo P. Answer. What nice weather we're having today. Whoa, we caught a big one out at sea today, and I got some fresh salmon roe. Let's put some on top of the rice. Sengoku bowl. It's not salmon roe, by the way. This is bad. Sengoku is starting to look like food to me. Oda. Mr. Oda, what is Admiral of the Fleet Sengoku's power? I really want to know. Signed, SOD. Answer. See, if you ask like a normal human being, I'll answer like one. I gave him that look on a whim, but if you really want to know, he's actually a mythical beast Zoan type like Marco. His devil fruit is a human fruit model Buddha. I'm not sure if I can call Buddha a mystical beast or human, but it's just a biological category. Please leave it at that. So, now we know what Sengoku is and how he transformed into that big individual. Like his body enlarged, and he transformed when Luffy was right on the execution platform. And he's also able to unleash Shockwave is what he used against the Blackbeard pirates. But we get the name. The human fruit. I can't even say it. Human fruit, mystical type, model Buddha. He's a mystical Zoan type. Makes you wonder. But that's the end of the SPS. Chapter 586, City of Stench. And we get Blue Jam.
You have to be born of noble blood to be an aristocrat. They're born under the star of good fortune. I'd switch places with him if I could. I wish I'd been born an aristocrat.
And Blue Jam is talking. Is that Hina on the cover page? Yep, that's Hina, and that is Smoker. And they're just chilling, going to a bar. Yeah, they're just chilling, going to a bar. I never really thought I would ever see Smoker in shorts. He never struck me as a shorts type of person, but he's just here chilling with Hina, and I guess they're going to a bar. And she's like, she got pearls, she's got a necklace on, she's got a nice little cute little outfit, and she's carrying a purse. I'm like, okay, some of these cover pages I've never seen before, so that's interesting. But Ace and Luffy are talking to Blue Jam.
So one of the Notorious Kid trio was a nobleman. He came all the way from Highland to run wild on Trash Mountain. But in his heart of hearts, he probably despises you two.
Don't be stupid. Sabo isn't like that. Yeah, we're brothers!
Sorry to break this to you, but you two will never see your brother again. If you're planning on trying, I'll kill you right now. If you really care about your brother, just let him go.
But Sabo hated Highland!
Forget about him. He's better off this way. You'll understand when you grow up. There's still a matter to be settled between us. The incident with poor Jimmy, but I don't care about that anymore. I like strong people, regardless of their age. I'm short-handed right now, so why don't you do a job for me? This is a map of the Trash Mountain Great Terminal. Just deliver some packages to the spots marked with an X. That's all.
I don't like it with Sabo not around. Neither do I. But just be patient. Only I don't know what's really best for Sabo. Let's just see how things go. He's strong. If he really hates it there, he'll come back with us.
Highland Checkpoint, Kingdom of Goa.
I can't say it. It wasn't Ace and Luffy's fault.
Why won't you speak the truth? Did they threaten you?
They're not like that.
If you have a criminal record, it will affect the reputation of your family. You won't be able to enter Highland.
Those two forced you to go along with their crimes. Isn't that right, Sabo?
And not only is the dad in on this whole twisted way of thinking, but so is the guardsman as well, because he has that same shady look on his face.
Sabo, your two Trash Mountain friends are with the pirates now. I hold their lives in my hand. If you really care about them, you'll choose your words carefully. You're a smart boy. I know you can come up with the right answer very quickly.
Starting today, we're brothers. You promised me you wouldn't hurt them. That's why I came back with you. A crime is a crime. The three of us did it of our own free will.
And it shows Sabo has been hit in the head.
Dear me, I'm so unfortunate. My son is a fool. You do understand, don't you?
Well, and then his father just plops a whole bunch of money in front of this guardsman, just bribing the police. I think you've suffered enough already. Don't worry, I'll take care of the paperwork. As he slides the bribe towards himself. Go on. You haven't set foot inside it for a while, but this is your home. Welcome home, young master. Wait, you're filthy. Get disinfected in the yard first, then go to the bath. I'm glad you're safe, Master Sabo. Let us wash you then.
Thank heaven, Sabo, you're back. Oh, what's that horrible smell? And how you've grown. Oh! Come, Stelly, say hello to your big brother. Pleased to meet you, big brother. My name is Stelly. I'm 8 years old. I've heard a lot about you. Huh? Who are you?
Who are you? Goes Sabo. We adopted him. He comes from a noble family and he's very smart. But he has some special circumstances and his parents gave up on raising him. He has a most promising future, so I adopted him. If you fail me, well, I suppose I've said too much. He literally just said that if you fail and you don't meet our expectations, at least we have another child we can fall back on. That is such a horrible mentality to have. If Kitty was here, she'd probably echo that same sentiment.
Hey, big brother. I heard you're stupid. Haha! Mother and father have been saying that behind your back. But you sure have the devil's own luck. Tomorrow night they're gonna burn all the trash. If you stayed at Trash Mountain, you'd have been killed. Though personally, I was hoping the real son would never come back.
And then Sabo, hearing what he just said. Now, I know I read through that very quickly, but this man said, like, they're gonna burn the trash in Trash Mountain. If you had stayed there, you'd have been killed. You say it's buffering again? It's not on my end. It's not on my end, Cohagen. It's not on my end.
Though personally, I was hoping the real son would never come back. Hey! What are you doing, trash boy? You stink! Get away from me! What did you just say? Tell me everything! They're gonna set fire to Great Terminal? That's right. Of course you would know. You weren't here. It was decided months ago. Did you know that the inspection team of the world government is making its rounds in the East Blue? They'll arrive at the Goa Kingdom, the Kingdom of Goa, in 3 days. It's causing a huge hubbub. The world aristocrats, the celestial dragons, are on that ship. The royal families want to carry their favor by burning this nation's trash. Once Trash Mountain is gone, Goa will be perfectly clean. What are you talking about? How is that even possible? A lot of people live up there. They'll all lose their homes, and they make their living off that mountain of garbage. Let go! Did you hear me? They're going to burn this country's trash. All of it. Even the people?
And Sabo gets his clothes on and he bolts out the window.
Hey, where are you going? Don't you know what floor we're on? Brother, hey! This had nothing to do with me.
And Stelly just slams the window behind Sabo. Then we get the guardsmen. Are the preparations for tomorrow complete? We can't leave anything unfinished. All is ready on our end. The rest is up to the pirates. We need them to burn all the trash properly. They should be setting up the fuel oil and explosives around Trash Mountain right now.
Blue Jam is in on this too? Then it's true. This is insane.
Then we cut back to Ace and Luffy, who are in their big old treehouse.
I wonder how Sabo's doing. Shut up and go to sleep. We promised we'd forget about Sabo for now. Maybe he's better off.
Hello, good morning. And it cuts to the morning.
Good morning, Sabo. So you must be the brother of the genius Stelly. Nice to meet you. I'm your tutor. My name is...
And Sabo is just thinking to himself,
nothing out of the ordinary. Does this mean nobody knows about it? Everybody's acting so normal like last night doesn't seem real. Sabo, are you listening?
And we get someone speaking.
The wind is strong today.
Indeed, your majesty.
That will make it more hazardous. Have a care with the fires.
Yes, my king.
Sabo isn't in the mansion. That good-for-nothing. Find him. Scour the highland. He won't get away that easily.
A fire at Trash Mountain tonight. And 'cause Sabo's asking around. A fire at Trash Mountain tonight. Yes, I know about it. What of it? Whose son are you?
They know?
Nice to see you, kids. The big job is tonight. I'll give you the details later.
Yes, I know about the fire, but we're not meant to talk about it. Don't want anyone outside the Highland getting word of it. We're special. If you're the son of an aristocrat, then you should.
And then Sabo, seeing how everyone is okay with this. Nope, we can't let it get out, because if anyone were to get word of this, then we wouldn't be able to get rid of all the trash that's outside the kingdom. I need to wash my hair because I just got it cut today, and they put some of that spray on it. I gotta wash my hair after this.
We're special. If you're the son of an aristocrat, then you should.
And Sabo takes off.
Hey!
There he is! Isn't that him?
It's the runaway boy! Ace! Luffy! This town is crazy! People are going to die and they go on eating like it's nothing! They expect me to study? Run away from Trash Mountain! These people want to burn all the kingdom's garbage! What? You're gonna burn Trash Mountain? Why would they do that? I gotta tell everybody at Trash Mountain! He's a bad guy after all!
You idiot, pipe down. The Trash Mountain people will hear you.
I got it. Oh, wait, I read that wrong. You're gonna burn Trash Mountain? Why would they do that?
You idiot, pipe down. The Trash Mountain people will hear you.
I gotta tell everybody at Trash Mountain! He's a bad guy after all!
Sure, Cashalon, good to see you. Yoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo to you too.
I told you to pipe down. Hold them down, it wasn't my idea. The oil and explosives you planted yesterday are going to be used to make a fire that'll exterminate all the people here. I guess you're just children after all, getting upset like this. But now that you know about the plan, I can't let you go. There's one thing I want to ask before I start the fire. You aren't hiding some treasure somewhere, are you?
Late that night, and it's later at night, and Dog is howling as we see the light of a fire on the other side of the wall. Edgetown. Hey, look, something's wrong with Trash Mountain. Is it burning? Mount Corvo. Boss! Boss, look! Look at the sky to the north! Ah. There we go. Sorry. Look at the... Is it coming from the Is it coming from the town? Is it coming from the town? No, it's burning right in front of it. It's Great Terminal! It's on fire! Central Town. What's going on? It's like a wildfire! But how can anything burn on Trash Mountain? It's too damp there. This never happened before. Evacuate Edgetown. It's dangerous here. Everyone should evacuate to Central Town. Rescue work and firefighting will be done by the military. Have no fear. This is an awesome game. And it cuts to everyone running in Great Terminal as the whole place is just up in flames. Wake up, everybody! Run! There's fire everywhere! We'll die if we stay here. Leave everything and run! We can't put out the fire! We can't get to the shore! The road to the forest is burning too! Where are we supposed to go? There's nowhere to run!
Burn all the trash, men. Once this job is done, my dream will finally be realized. The king will make me an aristocrat, and I'll get to live in the Highland. We better go soon, or we'll get burned up too. Let's get to the Great Gate. The military should be waiting for us.
Captain Blue Jam!
This...
Captain, does this mean?
Hey, what's the big idea? Open the gate, soldiers. We're supposed to evacuate this way. What about our deal? Your Majesty, you were supposed to make me an aristocrat. You tricked me!
See, here's the thing. Here's the thing that I don't think Blue Jam made sure to pay attention to in this little deal. The king never owed Blue Jam a way out. If they lock the doors, they can get rid of everybody, including the people you use in order to make all of this happen, so that you wipe the slate clean completely. Blue Jam, this is the reason why you don't trust royals in One Piece. Well, the royals that aren't with the main cast. I mean, Vivi's alright.
What about our deal? Your Majesty, you were supposed to make me an aristocrat. You tricked me! Your Majesty!
And then we get back to Blue Jam's base, where Luffy and Ace were apparently tied up, as it's also on fire, but they snap out of the ropes.
Okay, I cut us loose. Ah! Hide! We can't get away! Rats, we got caught up in this mess. If you keep complaining, I'll leave you behind. It's not hot. It's hot! I mean, it's not hot! There's fire everywhere! I can't breathe! I mean, I can breathe! The air is so hot! I mean, it's just fine! We'll get out of this. I'll take care of you.
Did you hear? The ones who started the fire are the Blue Gem Pirates at Trash Mountain! I knew it was them! I knew it was them! Nobody else would do something like that. They probably did it to prevent the World Government Inspection Team from coming! Oh, so the people have all been lied to. They've all been lied to. And then it gets to Sabo. It gets to Sabo, who's on the outside of the Great Terminal.
Ace! Luffy! Run!
Hey, that kid's still here? Throw him out!
And Sabo gets thrown out until a person in a cloak is right next to him.
What's wrong, young man?
Hey, mister, the ones responsible for this fire are the royal family and the aristocrats. It's true. This town stinks worse than Trash Mountain. It's filled with the stink of rotten people. If I stay here, I'll never be free. I'm ashamed I was born an aristocrat.
And the person that is speaking to Sabo right now
is Dragon. You've caused this boy to despise his own kind. Goa Kingdom. I understand. I was born in this country too, but I still don't have the power to change it.
What I said matters to you?
Of course it does. I'll never forget it.
And we cut back to... I like Dragon. It cuts back to Luffy and Ace, who's running.
Luffy, run!
Dragon, the preparations are ready. Hee-haw!
All right.
So, I think we all know who that is. And that's the end of chapter 586. Onwards to chapter 587. But we got an SBS. In volume 56 on page 195, what's that thing Buggy is chanting? Is that like Open Sesame or something? Signed, Ace Love. Answer, oh that? I don't really know too much about it, but haven't you ever heard of it? Christmas choirs sing it all the time. You might not really know what it means, but I put it in there to give a sort of divine air to Buggy. It's really no big deal, but if you have to know, it's a Japanese lyrics to Joy to the World. If you have time on your hands, look it up. Question! While reading the Navy versus the Whitebeard Pirates battle in volume 58, I got swallowed up by the war. I forgot to breathe and I didn't die! I have a question. In volume 58, Inazuma the Revolutionary popped out of Eva's head. Does this mean you can live inside Eva's head? Please tell me. It's a once-in-a-lifetime wish of mine to know. You need to have better wishes. Signed, Corona. That name would pop up again in a couple of decades. You can stay in there for 5,000 berries per person per night. The limit is 3 people, mind you. If you see the ocean while he's moving around, we will charge you an additional ocean view fee. The penthouse suite in his crown is a very spacious area. For groups of 30 or more, we provide an Emporio face growth hormone as an added bonus. Please call for more details. I am not chilling out in someone's hair. Not doing it. Question: is it possible for a woman to become an editor of One Piece? Or are all the editors of boys' comics supposed to be men? Sign Uekiman. Answer: a beautiful babe with big knockers is fine by me! If I had an editor like that, I'd work even harder. Only I think I might not draw as fast, but to be honest, the editorial department of Jump is filled with perverts. I think it's in your best interest to stay away from here. If Oda's warning you. Chapter 587, I will never run away.
Trash Mountain. Trash Mountain is a great hiding place for us, Your Majesty.
I know, Blue Jam.
Once this is finished, you won't have to hide any longer. I will use my authority to ennoble you and your men. You'll be an aristocrat.
What is that true? Your Majesty, you tricked me. I'll remember this, you traitor!
Captain Blue Jam, it's no use! We can't put out the fire! The ship can't be saved! Our way to the sea is gone! So the king basically lied to him, and also pretty much had Blue Jam caught up in it so that he can die as well. Because this is the type of king that will tie up loose ends and get rid of anything that looks like trash, including Blue Jam, who helped him. But we see the fire erupt around the side of the entire kingdom. And like a sucker, Blue Jam fell for it. He's like a blueberry lollipop.
Royal Palace.
Goodness, how annoying. It's nighttime, but the southern sky is so bright.
I'm terribly sorry, Your Majesty. We'll close the curtains right now.
Father, why are the people at Trash Mountain not human? Why are they being burned?
They're getting their just desserts, child. Think about it. It's their fault for not being born aristocrats.
You're right. They should have just been born aristocrats. They're so stupid.
Now let's forget about such distasteful things. You have studying to do tomorrow, so go to bed.
Yes, Father.
The fact that they're like, you weren't born in this social status, so you're less than we are. The fact that this type of ideology still exists in this world today, where social status determines people's worth in the world rather than that person's ability or that person's character, it's maddening that that still governs a whole portion of this country. Because it does. If you are not in a high social status, then to some people you're seen as lesser. And that type of ideology is played out, and it's stupid. And it makes you look stupid if you're the type of individual that thinks that way. None of the people who watch my channel think that way, because I am not afraid to call them out on it.
It's no good over there either!
There's nowhere left to stand!
Daddy, it's too hard! Don't worry!
Don't worry, we'll be okay. Just be patient a little longer.
Ah!
And it shows Luffy and Ace.
I wonder if the guys at Trash Mountain managed to get away.
This is no time to be worrying about other people.
Rats! This is no time to be
Why did I give him Blue Jam's voice?
This is no time to be worrying about other people. Rats! I didn't even know where we are. I don't even know where we are.
Who said you could escape, you brats?
And it's Blue Jam again.
Huh? Blue Jam? You're the one who set the fire! Why are you still here? I thought you'd be long gone by now!
Shut up, urchin! We lost all hope. It wasn't supposed to be like this. Human beings are strange creatures. When we're thrown into the deepest pits of misfortune, we start to laugh.
Luffy, let's go!
Don't let them get away!
And it shows Blue Jam and his crew. Running into Luffy and Ace. Hold on. back to it.
Don't let them get away!
And Luffy and Ace get caught by some members of Blue Jam's crew.
Come on, we did this job together. Now let's die together. You still didn't tell me where you hid your treasure. We'll take it before the fire consumes it. Now tell me where it is.
You're about to die and you're still thinking about treasure?
Are you going to tell me? If you aren't going to salvage it, I may as well.
That's crazy! That loot belongs to Ace and Sabo! Fine, I'll tell you. Ace! You and Sabo worked so long to... Sabo would understand. Right now, our lives are more important.
And I guess he tells them where it is, but they still get held hostage.
What are you doing? I just told you where it is.
There's a chance you lied. You're coming with us.
That's crap. You're gonna get us all killed. Just go on ahead by yourself.
Don't push me, boy.
As Blue Jam holds a gun to Ace.
I swore to myself I'd use your treasure to make a comeback and exact revenge on those blasted aristocrats. They think they're better than everyone, like your brother. To them, we're all just trash.
Sabo doesn't think like that.
He's one of them, you fool. He was only hanging out with you because it made him feel superior. His parents are rich beyond imagining. He was slumming with you for a cheap thrill. You were his playthings. Deep down, he was thumbing his nose at you all along.
Stop talking about Sabo like that.
And then Ace bites one of the other members of Blue Jam's crew.
Yeah, Sabo just wants to be free.
And Luffy bites him.
Why, you little...
And then Luffy gets slashed.
Luffy!
I'll kill you!
Don't you hurt Luffy!
Then all of a sudden, a burst. There's this whoosh that happens around Ace. And everyone around Ace falls over to the ground. And Blue Jam is confused as these men are unconscious and foaming at the mouth. It appears that this is the first instance of Ace using the Haki of the Supreme King.
What did you do, you sneaky little wretch?
And...
Ace! Stop!
And before Blue Jam can do anything to Ace, Dadan shows up and starts to try and fight Blue Jam.
Stop it, you bald-headed twit! Let go of Ace!
Gah!
Dadan? What are you doing here?
We finally made it.
You look terrible,
You look terrible, Luffy.
Dogora!
Where's Sabo?
Sabo's okay. He's not here.
You're that boss monkey from Mount Corvo.
I'm Dadan the Bandit. For some blasted reason, I was forced to foster these brats. Now then, let's run!
As Dadan starts to take off with Luffy, but Ace is staying behind. Okay, boss, hurry up, Ace!
I will never run away.
As Ace is facing down Blue Jam.
What are you talking about, Ace?
What are you talking about, Ace? Just let it go! You know how deadly Blue Jam is! You're just a kid! You can't fight that pirate!
Me too!
Luffy, no!
Take Luffy and go on ahead.
Boss?
I'll make sure Ace comes back with me. Go!
Yeah!
Boss, please come back alive!
A woman and a child. Maybe you got some tricks up your sleeve, but overconfidence will be your undoing. Only two types survive on the battlefield. The strong and the cowardly. The brave always die first. That's how it's always been.
And then Dadan is like getting serious because she's spitting on her hand in order to get like a firm grip on her axe. Because she's all like, yeah, you talk a big talk, but I'm about to work them ribs. She reminds me of Miss Finster during Recess School's Out, when she started beating up on that bald-headed bodyguard in her Kill Bill, not Kill Bill, but in her like Bruce Lee Entered the Dragon. But we get to more people crying out as the fire is raged in the Great Terminal. No! It's all over! We're surrounded by the flames!
The heat! There's no escape! How did this happen? Ugh.
Huh? And then all of a sudden, there's this big, massive blast that shoots through the fire. Huh? What's this? That explosion opened a path through the fire! I see a ship! This leads straight to the shore! I don't know how it happened, but we're in luck! I'm surprised to find you keeping watch here in a remote kingdom of the East Blue. Does this place have some special meaning for you? As Ivankov speaks to Dragon.
This nation is the future of the world in miniature. A world where unwanted things are discarded can never be truly happy. I will change the world one of these days.
And it shows that not only is Ivankov with Dragon, but so is Kuma.
If I stay here, I'll never be free!
Yet, even in this place, children will continue to be born. Those of you with the will to fight for freedom, get on this ship!
And then everyone sees Dragon as his ship is there, prepared to take everybody away who wants to join him, of course. Then it shows the Highland and everyone in Central Town seeing the fire rage. Ace and Dadan didn't come back after the Holocaust at Great Terminal. To think that it would be referred to as a Holocaust. After the Holocaust at Great Terminal. There, Luffy! There, wait, Luffy, where do you think you're going in that state?
I'm gonna look for Ace and Dadan!
Don't be stupid! Your wounds are really deep. They're really deep. There, just get some rest. The military's running around Trash Mountain cleaning up after the fire. And when I say cleaning up, I mean sweeping up the burned trash and eliminating the survivors. If you go now, you'll be killed.
But I want to see Ace! Sabo has to be worried about him!
The ruins of Great Terminal. I expected a lot more bodies.
Whew, it stinks! The bones probably got burned up too.
I heard Blue Jam's ship burned in the end. I'm just glad those rogues got burned up.
It's no use, Sabo. You'll never escape me. You are my son. I'll always bring you back. Just have a change of heart and study, like Stelly. Your mother and I gave you life. It's your duty to please us. You should find happiness in that. Don't you agree?
That's disgusting. I'm sorry, but that's disgusting. Your mother and I gave you life. It is your job to please us, your parents. You should find happiness in serving us, your parents. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. I hated reading that.
It's your duty to please us. You should find happiness in that. Don't you agree?
It's all right. You'll always have me, Father.
That's nice to hear, Stelly. How about I buy you some expensive clothes? There will be a ceremony tomorrow, and you'll get to see the celestial dragons up close.
Ace, Luffy, I hope you two are safe. I want to see you so bad. I feel like a bird in a cage here. There's no way I can live in this country. The people here stink. What is freedom? Where can I find it?
On the day the world aristocrats are to visit the kingdom of Goa from the Grand Line, a grand ceremony is prepared for the arrival of their ship. Hey, there's a ship out there! Get back here! You'll disrupt the ceremony! Is it a fishing boat? I see a child!
A child? Who is he? Where's he from? Today's a good day. Perfect weather to set sail.
It's Sabo in his own little small pirate ship with his own Jolly Roger and everything. But he's setting sail on the same day that a celestial dragon is supposed to be visiting. And that's the end of chapter 587. Onwards to chapter 588, Sabo's Ocean. Hey, that's my ship! Somebody stole my fishing vessel! Where's it going? He's flying a black flag! Does he think he's a pirate or something? Impossible. That kid's trying to be a pirate all by himself. The world government ship is coming. He's interfering with the ceremony. Hey, get back here! And Sabo can't even hear him.
What I'm afraid of is being swallowed up by this nation and turning into someone I hate. I won't go back. Hey, isn't that Sabo?
And this is Dogura, who's in the crowd.
The government ship is here!
And we see the government ship, and compared to Sabo and his ship, this government ship is like a several stories tall building in comparison to like Sabo's futon-sized ship. It's massive, and they're still a big distance away.
Wow, what a huge ship! Its weight could capsize me. I better move away.
What's that? It looks like a fishing boat, sir.
Is there a real world nobleman on that ship?
It's the chance of a lifetime to get to meet someone so holy.
I'd love to be the captain of a big ship like that someday.
And the celestial dragon loads his gun, aims at Sabo, and immediately opens fires onto his ship. There's a big explosion that hits Sabo's entire ship.
Ace isn't dead!
Take it easy. I know how you feel. But you can't go to Trash Mountain in your state. That place is crawling with soldiers right now. After that huge fire, I know the chances are pretty slim. But I want to believe that Boston Ace is still alive. Dogura should be at Trash Mountain looking around right now. Just leave it to him. We're all worried, Luffy.
Ah! The fishing boat got shot at! Sabo!
Goes Dogura. Is the kid okay?
The kid must have angered the celestial dragon!
And then Sabo is on the boat using his jacket to try and put out the flames.
No! The fire's spreading! Why'd they shoot at me?
Saint Yelmark, there's a child on that boat.
If he's hoisted a pirate flag, that makes him a pirate. Besides, how dare that lowly peasant cross my ship's path?
And Sabo is putting out the flames until he looks up, and he only has enough time to look up as the rest of his ship gets blown up with him caught in it. And then the ship itself starts to sink as everyone looks on in shock.
What was that ship?
What if it angered the celestial dragon on the day of this important ceremony? Hurry up and clean up the debris! While Dogura is in the crowd looking awestruck, and all we see is the remains of Sabo's ship and his hat sinking into the waves. Then we go back to the mountains.
Listen, everybody! Those two are back!
What?
Ace! Boss!
And Ace apparently carried Dadan all the way back from the Great Terminal.
Thank goodness! They're all right! Ace! Luffy, did you think I was dead? What are you crying for? How dare you kill me off, you idiot! On the night of the fire, we managed to beat Blue Jam, but the fire blocked our path and we had nowhere to run. That's why Dadan is all burned up. We managed to hide ourselves in the middle of the forest by the river, where the fire couldn't reach. I went into town and stole medicine to try to keep Dadan alive.
I wonder what Sabo's crew would have been called. Top Hat Pirates? That actually sounds pretty good. Top Hat Pirates actually sounds pretty nice.
I went into town and stole medicine to try to keep Dadan alive.
Take it easy. I'm just glad both of you are alive.
Boss, you'll need to get lots of rest. Sorry for making everybody worry. I didn't think that would happen to Trash Mountain. I hope Sabo's not worried about us.
Then it shows the ceremony as the Celestial Dragon is walking into the kingdom on the back of one of their slaves. And the sun sets.
Ace, why didn't you run away back there? I will never run away.
And it shows when Ace said that.
Sometimes I get so angry, and I feel like if I run away, I'll lose something I could never get back. And this time, Luffy was behind me. I don't know, but that's probably the reason. Even when facing an army he can't beat.
Oh no, this is Garb. This is Garb. Was he speaking to Luffy or Oda when he says, "Why'd you kill me off?" They could interpret it that way, Holster. Also, good to see you.
Even when facing an army that he couldn't beat, Roger would stand his ground and fight.
Did he have a death wish? Knowing to retreat is part of warfare.
Maybe, but he wouldn't flee because the people he loved were standing behind him. If he ran away, he'd be endangering his friends, but it might be more accurate to say it's not about pride alone. He's making sure the enemy doesn't go after his friends. At times like that, Roger can be as ferocious as a demon. One time he destroyed the entire army of a nation just because they talked bad about his friend. It's true he can be violent, short-tempered, and self-centered when he gets mad, but in his heart he's straightforward and pure like a child. He grew up pretty much the same way Ace did. Maybe because of that he was especially afraid of losing his loved ones. Despite living that reckless life, he got lucky and survived, and in the end he was branded King of the Pirates. Society saw him as a great criminal, but his friends trusted him completely. I'm a Navy soldier and I still couldn't bring myself to hate him. That's why I took Ace under my wing.
But I'm the one who's taking care of him.
And Dadan thinks back to what Garp told her earlier on, seeing that that's exactly what Ace did. The very same thing that Roger did in his past is the same thing that Ace did protecting Luffy standing against Blue Jam. And also, as Akainu, as Ozzy points out, also the same thing he did when he stood against Akainu because Luffy was also behind him. Same situation. It's just a repeat of the whole Great Terminal incident when Ace is staying behind to defend Luffy, but also to protect the pride of Whitebeard because Whitebeard was being disrespected.
Huh? You got a problem with that?
No! Even if he hates his father, the apple didn't fall from the tree. Huh? Dokura! Didn't you go out to look for Ace and Dadan? They're back already.
Yeah, they are here. They are? That's great. And Dogura is looking incredibly nervous as time passes, and we see the shocked faces of Ace, Dadan, and Luffy because Dogura told them what happened.
You liar! Even if you're kidding, that's not funny! It's true! It was so sudden, I doubted my own eyes! I thought it was a dream or something! Luffy, you said Sabo got taken back to his aristocrat parents! Hoodlums like us all have a place we don't want to go back to. If he was really happy, do you think he would have gone to sea? Do you think he would have raised a pirate flag and gone out to sea all by himself? We promised we'd forget about Sabo for now. Maybe he's better off. Sabo! You weren't happy at all! You weren't happy after all! I may not be an orphan, but I've always been alone. Why didn't we try to get him back? I'll do whatever you want. I'll live the way you want me to live. But please don't hurt them. Please. Who killed Sabo? I'll go kill him right now. I'm gonna avenge Sabo. Ace, wait. Stop right there, you brat.
As Dadan comes in and slams Ace's face directly into the ground with enough force to actually break the floorboards.
Stay out of my way. You can't do anything all on your own. All you do is talk big. What do you think you can do? You're just gonna get yourself killed. You'll die and nobody will remember you tomorrow. You're worthless. It's this nation that killed Sabo. It's this world. Do you think you can do anything about it? Your father died and changed the entire era. Become as big a man as him before you even think about getting yourself killed. Somebody tied this idiot up.
As Dadan tosses Ace over to someone so they can hog time so he can't run off. Okay, boss. And Luffy is steady crying.
Sabo! Shut up! A man should never cry, Luffy!
But Luffy is crying anyway.
Did you calm down yet, Ace? Where's Luffy? He's sleeping. He cried all night.
Boss, we got a letter. It's from Sabo.
What?
He mailed a letter before going out to sea.
What?
He mailed a letter before going out to sea.
Give it to me. Don't worry, I'm not going into town. That letter's for both of us, isn't it?
And so they let Ace go.
Ace, Luffy, did you get hurt in the fire? I'm worried about you guys, but I know you're all right. Unfortunately for you two, by the time you get this letter, I'll already be at sea. A lot of stuff happened, but I decided to set sail before you guys. My destination is anywhere but here. I'm going to become stronger so I can be a pirate. Pirates are freer than anyone else in this world. We brothers should all become pirates one of these days. Then we can meet again somewhere out there. This ocean is vast and free. We'll meet again someday. Another thing, Ace. Are you the oldest brother, or am I? It might be weird to have two oldest brothers and one little brother, but the bond we share is the greatest treasure I have. Luffy is still weak and a crybaby to boot, but he's still our little brother. Take care of him.
And as these words are being read by Ace, he's walking by himself looking out at the sea, and even though he says that a man won't cry, he's bawling his eyes out, because that's how much Sabo meant to him. That's the end of chapter 588. Onwards to chapter 589. Also, I like this cover page where it has Sadie and Domino just chilling out eating. Chilling out at an eatery while a big old giant orangutan is trying to perform for them. But they're just chilling, and Sadie's like eating a whole big old sandwich, just like one hand in a whole sandwich. So I like these. I like some of these cover pages. Chapter 589, Will of the Winds.
Ace! Luffy! Let's go out to sea someday!
And it shows Luffy laying on the ground.
Let's get out of this country so we can be free!
And Ace walks up right behind Luffy and punches him in the back of the head. And Luffy doesn't want to see him, so he just covers his head with the straw hat that Shanks gave him.
How long are you gonna stay like that? The treasure we hid in the Middle Forest was all gone. Sabo never got to use it either. That's why I don't care about it anymore. There's no point in gathering treasure we can't even protect. Ace, I want to get stronger! I want to be lots stronger!
He says it a lot. I'm not exaggerating. That's how many times he said it.
So there won't be anything I can't protect. And nobody will ever have to go away again. So please, don't die, Ace. Don't be stupid. You should worry about yourself, not me. Don't you know how much weaker you are? Remember this, Luffy. I'm not gonna die. Yeah. Sabo told me to take care of you. I promise you, I'm not gonna die. I'm not gonna leave my crybaby little brother behind. Yeah. I'm not that smart, so I don't know who or what killed Sabo. But whatever it was definitely the opposite of freedom. Sabo died without being able to grasp freedom. But Sabo was our brother. And we're still alive. Listen to me, Luffy. We have to live our lives so we don't have any regrets. Yeah! We became true aristocrats when we turned 18. That's why I'm leaving this land when I turn 17.
And this is Sabo who said this earlier.
One of these days, we'll go to sea and live the life we want to live. We'll be freer than anybody. And we're gonna make a lot of enemies too. Even Gramps will be our enemy. Our lives will be in constant danger. We'll set sail when we're 17. Nothing's gonna stop us. We're gonna be pirates!
A little earlier, on the night after the ship of the Celestial Dragons sailed into port at the Kingdom of Goa. A promise, unfortunately, Ace couldn't keep. Yeah. He was not able to keep that promise. I got chapped lips. But we cut to one section.
Yeah! Did you see that thing today? The guy with the huge face. Look, the ship is huge too. 580. 581.
Apparently, wow, I didn't know that Dragon visited the village where Zoro trained. I didn't know he went there. A little earlier, on the night after the ship of the Celestial Dragon sailed into port at the Kingdom of Goa, in a certain section of the East Blue, at a little port town. Because it shows Kuina training, and Zoro training by lifting like this heavy boulder over his head. You're late, Dragon! How long are you going to keep me waiting? Hee-ha!
Sorry.
Oh.
Oh.
Hey, hurry up and get him some help! This is terrible! This is terrible!
How much food do we have?
The dojo in the village gave us a little.
Let's sail then. We're returning to Baltigo.
A little forward in time in the Kingdom of Goa.
Whoa! We got more trash!
With the investigation by the world government over, the people return to their old ways, and Trash Mountain is exactly as it was before.
Gum gum! Pistol!
And Luffy's fist goes straight forward, but it misses Ace, and the recoil causes Luffy to spin in place.
What are you doing? You can't even put up a fight. Rubber just isn't made for battle. Shut up! Shut up! What? What? Am I wrong? You gave up your ability to swim and all you got was immunity to blunt force attacks. Don't mock the gum-gum fruit! You'll see one of these days. I'm thinking of a lot of stuff besides the pistol. Not bad, Luffy. Your arms stretch farther than it did yesterday. Ace, I'm next. Let's fight. Sabo, stop spoiling Luffy. I'm getting stronger, you know? Right, Sabo?
And they realize that they're not actually talking to Sabo, but they're speaking to a rock that's a distance from them. And both of them realize it, and then Luffy goes,
Sabo was a nicer brother. What? You wished I died instead?
And then we get another section with Luffy Ace and Luffy sending a letter to Dadan.
Country?
As the letter says, we've started our own countries.
I'm gonna train hard so I can be strong enough to survive on my own. You guys are citizens of Dadan's country now. I'll borrow your bath from time to time. Ace, help me out! It's the bear! Huh? I thought you were gonna be strong enough to live on your own.
And the bear gets closer and closer to Luffy. And Luffy, I guess, gets bit by this bear with Ace screaming out,
Luffy!
Then it's raining outside.
Hey, Dadan's country, are you there? Luffy's hurt. He needs medical attention.
Take it easy, come on in. Take it easy, he almost died, no joke. You used to fight bears with 3 people, didn't you?
I'm sorry, Luffy.
Then we get Makino.
You want to know how to thank someone? I'm Luffy's big brother. One of these days I'll have to go thank... Makino came all this way here to bring us grog! One of these days I'll have to go thank that red-haired captain for saving Luffy. What?
As Makino is just looking at Sabo like,
that's so cute. What? I'm sorry. Then try this.
Thieves!
Thanks for the chow!
Shut up, you brats! Pay up! Then we get back to Luffy and Ace training in the forest. Then it gets to Luffy and Ace fighting the big old bear, and they actually beat the bear.
All right! Bear stew tonight!
Then Luffy and Ace causing havoc in the town. Luffy and Ace fending off creatures. Luffy and Ace getting bodied by Garp. Luffy and Ace getting older and older. Getting older and older as they grow up. Don't forget to hit that like. Well, thank you, sir. Thank you. Yeah, it helps the channel. But it's a montage as Luffy and Ace get older and older. 7 years later, Ace is 17. Luffy is 14.
Good luck, Ace! Just you wait. I'll be famous before you know it.
Ace, the son of the Pirate King, has grown up hidden from the world. His departure from the shores of Mount Corvo is a quiet one.
He's still waving!
Jeez, what's Garp going to say about this?
Boss!
You're gonna raise him, Dadan.
What? Who's this kid? Ace is gone. He is? I'm always the one Garp yells at. He was such a hopeless brat.
Oh yeah, Ace had a message for you, boss.
What? He wants to complain about me one more time?
He said thanks for everything. Oh, that rat! Why do you have to go do that? And then Didon is just wiping her face full of tears.
Just 3 more years for me. Gum gum.
Pistol! And Luffy is strong enough where he's able to shatter boulders with his Gum Gum pistol alone. And this is him at 14. Stronger! Stronger! Luffy, look at the paper. What happened?
Hooray! Ace is famous now. There's a picture of his pirate ship and crew.
Ace did it! I better keep up with him. 3 years later, Luffy is now 17 years old.
Are you gonna see me off? Even if the May and Makino don't mind, the people of Windmill Village would panic if they saw us coming down from the mountain. Just get out of here.
Thanks for everything, you guys!
Don't thank us, it's embarrassing!
Didon, I hate bandits.
Shut up, you brat!
But I like you guys.
Just shut up and get out of here. You're all the same.
Windmill Village, Luffy's hometown, Doan Island on the outskirts of the Kingdom of Goa. Hey, just use one of our old fishing boats, Luffy. That's okay, this is where everything starts for me. You need a better boat than that, though. And then Luffy looks up to the sky. Look at me, Sabo! I'm going out to sea, too! Sabo was first. Ace was second. I ended up being third, but I'm not going to lose to them. Just you wait, Ace. I'll catch up to you right away! What's all the screaming and mumbling about, Luffy? What, some kind of good luck charm? Who's Ace? It's not a charm! It's a challenge! Goodbye! I'm off! And I think this is one of the few times you see Makino without a bandana over her head. And then Luffy, we see Luffy after he basically one-shot the King of the Coast.
He sure is strong now.
He beat the boss of these waters with one punch. All right, let's go! I'm gonna be King of the Pirates! All right, let's go! I'm gonna be King of the Pirates! Then the flashback finally fades. The Island of Women, the Calm Belt, the present. Luffy mourns the recent death of his brother Ace. As we see Jinbei and Luffy. Luffy. Me? Become king of the pirates? I'm so weak! As we cut back to Luffy, bandaged up, screaming to the heavens. And that's the end of chapter 589. We got an SBS and we can move on to chapter 590. Question. I found a mistake you made, Orochi. In volume 59, chapter 584, Luffy was bleeding when he got hit by poor Chemi's gloves, but in volume 1, chapter 2, Luffy is unharmed by Alvida's club. Are you sure about this? Now give me something! Sign, Monio. Answer. I see. Don't worry. It's fine. It might not seem obvious at first, but take a closer look. Don't you see how the spikes are at a different angle? I added this difference to the jailer beasts of Impel Down, too. Even if those weapons all have spikes, I drew it so you can see which ones can actually hurt Luffy. The sharper ones can puncture rubber. On the other hand, Alvida's club only has a kind of blunt impact on rubber. That's the effect the spikes have, so I didn't mess up. No prize for you! Question. I have a question. Is the thing on Marco's head a bandana or is it a pineapple? And is Kid's head a tulip or a chrysanthemum? Which is it? I really want to know. Sign, Kaho. Answer. You're giving me only 2 choices? I guess I just have to pick one. Then I guess Marco is a pineapple and Kid is a chrysanthemum. What were we talking about again? Question. I was watching Rocky the other day and Rocky's pet goldfish is named Moby Dick. Just like Whitebeard's ship. Is that where you got the name from? Sai, Nagishi. Answer. Wow, Rocky, huh? That blockbuster boxing movie sure brings back memories. I thought it was really funny to name his goldfish Moby Dick. Anyway, Moby Dick is actually a book written by an American author named Melville. It's a very famous story about a battle between a man and a white whale. In Japan, the book simply goes by the title White Whale. I used that name because I thought it was perfect for Whitebeard. Chapter 590, My Little Brother. Also, I kind of like how in this cover story, Jinbei and Mihawk are eating takoyaki, and Mihawk is using his like a pendant knife in order to eat. Just casually eating. even the giant octopus behind them is eating it. Windmill Village, the kingdom of Goa, the East Blue. It's Garp! Garp's ship is back! Is he here on a mission? Garp, we read all about the war!
I'm glad to see you're all okay.
What happened to Luffy?
Garp, what's going to happen to the world now that Whitebeard is dead? There's been pirate ships off the coast the last few days. We can't even sleep at night.
I just sank a pirate ship out there.
Really? Thank you!
There were a bunch of amateurs who have no idea what it means to fight. All the world's seas will be unstable for some time to come. Just because this is a remote location of the East Blue doesn't mean you can let down your guard. Let your guard down. Hey!
Yes, sir! And the soldiers put up a sign that says, secured by Navy Headquarters, Vice Admiral Garp. That's a good deterrent. Great! We feel so much safer now! Garp, we have another problem. Some bandits came down from the mountain and took over Makino's tavern.
Bandits?
Wait! Don't! Cop!
It's her! And it's Dadan, who runs up and beats Garp over the head with a club.
You got some nerve coming back here!
And she floors Garp. But I feel like he let that happen.
Garp!
Vice Admiral Garp! Stand back. She's an old acquaintance of mine.
You were at the battle! They were right in front of you! How could you stand there and do nothing to save Ace?
And Dadan is saying this as she's like on top of Garp, grabbing him by the scruff of his shirt, but with tears in her eyes.
Your job always came before your family. Isn't that right, Garp? Hero of the Navy, my foot! Go to blazes, you worthless old geezer!
Take it easy, boss. Stop it. And then Makino jumps in.
Dadan, stop!
Makino.
Those two were within his reach, but he couldn't save them! Don't you see? Garp is hurting more than anyone!
And then there's silence. And then Dadan goes,
Wrong. Luffy is the one hurting most!
and it cuts back. It goes back in time as we see when Makino and Ace first meet, when Luffy and Ace first meet Makino.
I'm Ace. Who the heck are you? Don't say it like that, it's rude.
How about you bastard?
Who the crap are you?
Are you serious? That's no improvement.
But Makino can't even hold back her tears because, she grew up with these boys as well.
Don't you know how much he looked up to his brother?
Makino!
Garp, what happened to Luffy? The newspaper said he's missing.
Mayor, he fled in a submarine. They didn't find his body, so I'm sure he's alive somewhere.
You hear that?
That's great! But who's the bandit? No matter what kind of pirate that idiot Luffy becomes, I'll be on his side. He must be suffering terribly. It breaks my heart to think about it.
And then Dadan breathes in deeply and screams,
Luffy! Don't let anybody beat you!
Somewhere far away. The New World on the second half of the Grand Line. Thank you. I don't know how to thank you, Red Hair. As it cuts to Shanks and Marco standing in front of graves made for both Ace and Whitebeard. And it's a beautiful one, surrounded with flowers. The cape of Whitebeard and his Bacento embedded into the gravestone, and Ace's hat and his sword and like his knife that he always carried with him, along with a whole bunch of swords all around them. I don't know how to thank you, Red Hair. Don't mention it. Enemy or not, Whitebeard was a man who commanded respect. Even Sengoku felt that way. Well, I'll be going now. Yeah, thanks. Luffy, I know you're in a lot of pain right now. I was surprised to hear what Ace did for you. It's exactly like what Captain Roger would do. I wish the captain would run away or let himself cry sometimes. Listen, Luffy. You grow up and become a man by experiencing victory and defeat, by doing difficult things and shedding tears. It's all right to cry. Just overcome it. As it shows Shanks walking back to his ship with the rest of his crew. How am I doing? I'm doing good, C-Des. I'm doing really good. Got that fresh cut. I've already eaten, and I'm reading me some more One Piece. Then I'm gonna get back on Elden Ring because I'm still working on my faith build. I've been working on that hard like crazy. The Island of Women, the Calm Belt.
Rats! I'm so weak. I couldn't protect anybody.
And Luffy is just beating himself up, literally.
Luffy,
As he's slamming his head into the ground, breaking the ground as he's, busting his head on the floor.
Go away! Leave me alone!
I can't do that. I won't let you go on hurting yourself.
It's my body! I'll do what I want to it!
That's how Ace thought. He died because he did what he wanted with his body.
Shut up! One more word out of you, and I'll clobber you!
Go ahead if that's what it takes to calm you down.
You see, I look different now that you mentioned that barber did you good. I've been getting my hair cut by the same barber for the past 15 years. And he's the only person I let cut my hair. And like, we call him Pops. And he's the only person I let cut my hair. I've never deviated. I've had 2 people other than him do my hair, and that's because he was out of town on those 2 times, but that was early on. Other than that, I only get my hair done by him. Out of the over 15 years I had my hair cut by this person, only twice within those years has it been from someone different from him. And he's been cutting hair for about 40, I want to say about 40 something years. So he's an expert. He's the only one I trust to give me that clean fade. See, this hairline also carries Riz. Let's keep going.
Go ahead if that's what it takes for you to calm down. I'm injured as well, but I won't lose to the likes of you right now.
And then Ace, and then Luffy tries to blitz Jinbei, and Jinbei catches his arm, and then proceeds to just judo throw him over and slam him into the ground, causing Luffy to cough up just a little bit of blood because he's still hurt.
Jinbei, when I was pursuing Teach, I met my brother in Alabasta for the first time in 3 years. One look at him and I felt relieved. Do you know why?
What is this, Riz? These new school words? It's short for charisma. They just shortened it up because it sounds cooler. But it really just means charisma. It's short for charisma. Charisma. I mean, I already had a bunch of charisma at first, but this just enhances it. That and my voice. Let's keep going.
One look at him and I felt relieved. Do you know why?
And then Luffy bites Jinbei.
Ow! That hurts!
And Jinbei slams him into a nearby boulder.
You little brat!
And Luffy's trying to hit Jinbei in his side, the side that's still vulnerable after being, injured from a Kainu.
Grr! Are you blind to everything now? Where's your confidence that you can overcome anything? What happened?
I thought it just meant game. That's another, there's in the Urban Dictionary, it has other means, but it really just means like you carry a lot of charisma. If you have Riz, then you carry a lot of charisma, but a lot of people attribute it to a person's attractiveness, I guess.
Where's your confidence that you can overcome anything? What happened to that strength you never doubted? You've now met countless ruthless enemies who can easily crush you and what you believe in. You even lost your brother who was your guide on these seas. A giant wall stands between your eyes and the world. You can't see the way forward right now. Regret and guilt are consuming you. It may be painful for you now, Luffy, but fight it. Don't dwell on what you've lost. What's gone is gone forever. Try to remember what you still have.
And then Luffy starts to calm down. And then Luffy stops fidgeting, and Jinbei drops him. And then Luffy starts tearing up and looking at his hands. And then he realizes, I have my crew! As we see Luffy and his crew in the background. That's what he still has. Thank goodness Jinbei was there, otherwise Luffy would have been in limbo. Look, this is why Jinbei's one of the real ones.
I see.
Zoro! Nami! Usopp! Sanji! Chopper! Robin! Frankie! Brock! I have my crew! We promised to meet up someplace. I have to go there!
Then Jinbei remembers Ace again.
You know what I saw there, Jinbei? A kid brother like you makes a big brother worry. I bet he gives you guys plenty of grief. Take care of him, okay? He's not the same Luffy who couldn't do anything but follow me around. Now he has a crew of his own that he can depend on. He'll be okay no matter what happens.
And Ace says this with a smile. Also, swag is the new school word for charisma. Swag and Riz, but people like to use Riz as like, for more, whether a person is capable of being incredibly attractive or not. I use it because of, my smoothness. But yeah, y'all know.
Now he has a crew of his own that he can depend on. He's no longer, he'll be okay no matter what happens to me.
No matter what happens.
I feel
relieved.
I want to see them right now! I want to see them!
And this is Luffy screaming this out. That's the end of chapter 590. Onwards to chapter 591, but first, an SBS. Oda! B.I.O. Bring it on! Come on, here we go. I did this in the last volume too, because so many people wanted to choose the birthdays of the characters, so I decided to set this section up to make it as hard as possible. I'm going to stop all of you. Bring it on! Hello, Mr. Oda. I'm a huge fan of yours. This may be sudden, but can Bucky's birthday be August 8th? And how about making Mr. 3's birthday March 3rd? Is that okay? Signed, Omanju. Oda. Okay. Question. Hi, Odachi. This may be sudden, but I thought of a good day for Rayleigh's birthday. Since he's the Dark King, make it May 13th. It gets kind of dark in May, and the King is the number 13 in playing cards. What do you think? Sign, Azuma. Oda. Okay. Question. About Sabo's birthday. How about making it March 20th? Because it just feels right. Hey, that's 3 days before mine. Signed, Sei Taishogun. Answer. Sure thing. Question. Nice to meet you. I've been a fan of One Piece ever since it began. By the way, Mr. Oda, those new guys that appeared on the Sabaody Archipelago are really awesome. Please tell me their profiles. By the way, can you use the birthdays I came up with? So for Eustace Captain Kidd, his birthday is... Eustace Captain Kidd's birthday is January 10th. Murder Machine Killer is February 2nd. Basil Hawkins, September 9th, Fortune-telling day. Mad Monk Uruj, August 1st. Glutton Jewelry Bonnie, September 1st. Beppo, November 20th. And Scratchman Apu, March 19th, Day of Music. Oda, okay, but I removed Drake and Beige because they were a Beji, because they were too much of a stretch. I'm waiting for someone else to suggest some good ideas. By the way, Kuro from Chiba Prefecture sent me over 50 postcards asking me to set Marco's birthday as October 5th, but it looks like Marunyama already set the same date in the last volume. It's great to see your enthusiasm for this. I'm glad it was the same day. Chapter 591, are you sure about that? The Calm Belt. And something explodes in the water in the distance.
Look, it's one of the big Neptunians!
What's going on? Are they fighting? The rock-bound coast of the Island of Women.
It's dead! Something killed it! That huge monster? I couldn't see what did it.
These waters are so crazy!
Then Law and his crew are shocked to see someone walk out of the waters.
Huh? A man? Hey, who are you?
What a nuisance. No, it's you people. We met at the Sabaody Archipelago, didn't we?
What? It's Dark King Rayleigh!
My ship was sunk in a storm, so I had to swim here. I don't move like I used to. Guess I'm getting old.
A storm? There aren't any storms in the Calm Belt? You mean you swam all the way from another region? So the one who was fighting that Neptunian was you?
Oh, and another thing. I'm assuming Luffy is on this island. Am I right?
As Rayleigh just casually looks at Law, is all like, I know he here. Don't hide him. Don't you lie to me, boy.
I swam from another part of the sea after my ship sank on my own. Y'all don't understand what this means. The seas in One Piece are large and vast, much bigger than the oceans that we have here on this planet in real life. This man swam from another region where there was a storm into the calm belt where Neptunians, sea kings, if you will, all propagate, and he killed one on the way to Amazon Lily. The fact that he knew how to get to Amazon Lily in the first place, but he swam there. You know, when you in the water, you at a disadvantage to things that are born into the water. And Rayleigh just killed something that was accustomed to being in the water easily, and he came out without a scratch. The only thing that came from it was his clothes was wet. Just think about how strong this man is for him to just casually swim there. At the center of Amazon Lily, the island of women.
Did you hear? The Snake Princess has gone to take food to Luffy. I want to pull on Luffy some more. We're going to give him a proper welcome once he's better, right?
And this is a man who's past his prime. Think about that yeah, he literally says, I guess I'm getting old because I can't move like I used to. He literally is telling us that he's old. And he's doing things that no normal person can do. Old men in anime and manga be scary. Chairman Netero, Yamamoto, Rayleigh, the third Hokage. Old people in manga and anime are crazy.
We're going to give him a proper welcome once he's better, right?
Chapter, I can't wait!
I didn't think we'd get to see him again so soon.
As we'd see Margaret, Sweet Pea, and Alphalandra.
Yeah, maybe I should make him some more clothes. And this time, no frills.
Then we get Grenignon as she's walking with Sander Sonia, Marigold, and Hancock.
I keep telling you, Snake Princess, just because you hugged him doesn't mean you two are married.
Then what do we have to do to be married?
How can I put this?
What? Old man Rayleigh?
Oh, Luffy. Oh, hello, Luffy. I'm glad I found you so quickly.
What are you doing here? I was going to use a Viver card to go back to Sabaody Archipelago. Where are the others?
I doubt they're all assembled there yet. I gave my Viver card to Shaki. I couldn't go anywhere unless I did that.
The Dark King Rayleigh. Is it really him?
And Jinbei is shocked to see Rayleigh.
Here, isn't this hat important to you?
It sure is. Thanks. What happened to the pirates?
Trafalgar Law just left. He said you should rest for about 2 more weeks. He's the reason you're alive.
What a waste coming all the way here. I wanted to see Amazon Lily. I wish there were bears.
Just shut up!
As Law and his crew sail back underwater.
What's the Dark King up to now? It seems a D will always attract a storm.
And Law's just laughing to himself.
Huh? Rayleigh? Is it really you? It is! Rayleigh!
Gloriosa, it's been so long.
Rayleigh?
Oh, it's you guys.
Luffy!
Goes Hancock.
Sister, we owe him our lives. How could you treat him like that?
You guys know Rayleigh?
Luffy, you're conscious. I was so worried about you I couldn't sleep. Gee, you must be hungry. I brought you some food. Help yourself to it. You can't even look him in the eye, and you were talking about marrying him.
And then Jinbei's stomach starts growling, and then Hancock immediately looks at Jinbei going,
Jinbei, that food isn't for you. You can only have a little.
And then Jinbei has a little bit of food.
Luffy, eat while you can. To eat is to live.
And then Luffy starts eating.
A letter from Shaki. Thank you. She never changes.
Yes, she's exactly the same way she was when you were in Sabaody. She's doing just fine. The girls have grown up to be beautiful and strong in the last 13 years.
Rayleigh, Shaki, and old lady Nyon. It's all thanks to you 3 who took us in after we escaped from the celestial dragons. I didn't realize you and Luffy knew each other. But if you found him this easily, what's to stop the Navy from doing the same? What? Oh, it's you. Are you Rayleigh? You just caught that? How could you be so oblivious?
I didn't think the Navy would ever expect he was here. I found out what direction Luffy went from the man who blasted him away. It's just so happened that the Island of Women lay in that direction. And then we get to find out what Kuma said to Rayleigh all the way back in Sabaody. I'm a leader of the Revolutionary Army. I want to help the Straw Hats escape this place. And then Kuma spoke to Rayleigh later on. Later on at the shop, at Shaki's bar. I apologize for being so abrupt earlier. Let me explain myself. I don't have much time left. I retraced his steps from the Paramount War, and figured Luffy probably followed the route Hancock took. But that's the end of it. Considering how much Hancock hates women, men, and the government, no one will ever suspect her of sneaking a man onto a government vessel. And then Shaki.
But it'll all make sense if we assume Hancock's fallen for our little monkey. He's quite the catch. If I were Hancock, I'd fool the Navy by hiding him in the Island of Women.
Isn't that idea rather far-fetched? Women's tuition can be uncanny.
That Shaki knows her stuff,
goes Sander Sonia.
She was absolutely right. See for yourself.
The Navy won't take action on anything without concrete evidence. Now, let's get down to business. Luffy, you said you were going to Sabaody, didn't you?
Yeah, I want to see my crew.
Are you sure you want to do that? Don't you remember what happened to you people on that island?
Everyone, we have to run away. We can't beat them right now.
Are you going to get together just to repeat that fiasco? I have a suggestion, whether you accept it or not, of course. Whether you accept it or not is, of course, entirely up to you. Bowen Islands, the Grand Line.
Wait! Usoppin!
Don't try to stop me, Heracleson!
Usopp has been gorging on this island's abundant food, and grown fat.
Incredibly fat. It'll turn out the same no matter how many times you try it.
This time's gonna be different. I know I can do it this time. There you are! Get out of my way! Special attack!
And it shows Usopp after getting bodied by this giant Hercules beetle with teeth. Beetles, okay, it's one thing to have a regular giant bug. It's another to have a giant bug that has razor-sharp fangs in its mouth. I feel like you're taking it a step too far then. Are you okay, Usoppin?
Darn it!
Don't be so reckless, the farther you go from the center of the island, the stronger the creatures become. They'll try to push you back into the forest, they won't bother anyone who stays in the forest, but once you're in, you can never get out again. No one has ever escaped this island alive, and my name is Heracleson. What? Usoppin, where'd you goin'? And Usopp apparently ran back in the forest. Oh no! Sea beast is on the island! Usoppin is in danger!
Lured by the delicious smells emanating from this island, gigantic insects, birds, sea monsters, and Neptunians gather here.
It's a sea hippo!
They are all drawn by the aromas. When they arrive at the center of the island, they find themselves in a wonderful forest full of food. Getting in is easy, but there is no way out.
I'm getting off this island! Stop getting in my way!
Usoppin, the island is going to move again! Usoppin, grab hold of a tree! The island is about to start eating!
This island-sized flower has a name.
As it shows that we've seen the island from the outside, and it almost looked like a giant flower petal. But it turns out that the island is alive. It's basically like one of those Venus flytraps, but it's the one that opens up and then it starts to slowly close as whatever falls into its maw gets eaten.
People call it Bowen Island, but scientists recognize it as a massive carnivorous plant, the stomach baron.
As it shows this giant plant, this giant carnivorous plant closing its petals and swallowing everything on the island as it makes its way towards a big giant gaping hole in the center.
Usoppin!
And before Usopp is its next meal, he gets grabbed by some vines by Heracleson. What's the matter with you, Usoppin? You've been in a lather ever since the news crew delivered the newspaper.
I don't have any more time to waste here! Luffy's brother was killed in a battle! Can you imagine how he's suffering right now? If I'm not with him when he needs me the most, how can I call myself his friend?
Meanwhile, in Birdie Kingdom, where Chopper is. You leaving, Raccoon Dog? But we just got to be friends.
I have to! I read in the newspaper that my friend is in trouble. I can't stay here any longer. When we met Luffy's brother back in Alabasta, I never thought it would end up like this. Luffy needs me. I have to treat his wounds. He's definitely been reckless again. I'm just glad you and the birds are friends now.
It's all thanks to you. You risked your life to make them understand.
You guys and the humans need to play nice, okay? The people here just need the plants that grow in that tree.
That's right. We're not after your eggs, and we won't hurt your friends either. We're not like the humans who chased you away from your original home.
Well, goodbye, everybody. Take care.
Come back and visit us someday, Raccoon. And Chopper is on the back of one of these giant birds.
Wow, we're way up high, and we're flying so fast. I'll be able to get to where the others are in no time.
And then Chopper is looking, just chilling, and the bird's chilling. Then we get a news coup. Hold on. Yeah, now they're calling it news coup. They weren't calling it news coup before, and now I can say they're news coups.
Hey, news coup! Give me a paper! Give me a newspaper! The lunchbox is good too. They should all have the information on the war by now. Ah! What? No way! Why? What's going on? Luffy did this? But why now?
And that is the end of chapter 591. Onwards to 592, where we got an SPS. Mr. Oda, hello. This may be sudden, but give my whooper looper, gender unknown, a name, please. Sign Wow. That's pretty much Ozzy. Answer, a whooper looper. Those used to be really popular. They're really cute salamanders. From Mexico, right? And their official name is Axolotl. I came up with a name you can use. Axolotl boy. Please take good care of it. Hello, Mr. Oda. This is just a guess, but in chapter 558, volume 57, there's a shadow on the left edge in the third panel of page 11. Is it Sabo's cup? Answer. Wow, you guys really pick up on the details. The answer to that is revealed in chapter 585 of this volume. If you read that, you'll see the same scene there. You can tell it's Sabo's cup. But back in chapter 558, revealing Sabo's existence would have complicated things way too much. Oda has never been one to reveal things too ahead of their time. That's why when lots of people asked me, what's that shadow there? I was really surprised and nervous. What's with you people? You were right! Question. I noticed while reading One Piece that except for the character introductions and question corners, you never recycle old pictures for flashbacks and stuff. Is that a personal policy of yours? Signed, Sorama. Or Soramame. Answer. You noticed that? The answer is yes. I never copy and paste any of my old drawings. Shueisha Publishing Company pays us a manuscript fee, and it's by the page. So since we're getting paid by the page, I think it would be kind of cheap to recycle stuff I'd drawn in the past. But this is by no means a shot at other comic authors. This is just something I do because it's in my nature to do it. It lets me keep drawing comics with all of my heart. Yes, I know, I sound like a sucker. I think it just shows that I'm an earnest-minded person who's not at all lewd. Seriously. Chapter 592, Cheer. Hold on. How many chapters? We're almost done. 2 more chapters after this one. Gloom Island on the Grand Line. The remnants of the Monkey Kingdom is here. An ancient castle still looms over a ruined land, but a few years ago, a certain man took up residence here. And then it shows Perona crying.
Lord Mario was killed in the war!
Go somewhere else if you want to wail.
I'm mourning, you cold-hearted brute! Can't you even offer me a few words, or at least bring me some hot cocoa? I'm a guest here!
I never invited you. You people barged in here when I was away. And it's Mihawk! And this article doesn't sound very believable.
What? Then Moria might not be dead?
I don't know if he's alive now, but he was the last time I saw him on the battlefield.
But why would they write that article if he wasn't dead? Something must have happened to him.
Who knows? And then we have Zoro, who's also on this island of Mihawk. This is Mihawk's island. The Gloom Kingdom is the home of Mihawk. And Zoro is fighting a whole bunch of giant baboons who all can use weapons.
Oni Giri!
And then one of the baboons get cuts across the chest, and then it licks its finger to try and use spit to heal himself.
Spit's not gonna help that. Where'd you learn such stupid folk remedies? They're trying to make a fool out of me.
And it shows Zoro facing off against an entire army's worth of these baboons that are all using different weapons. Some using giant swords, others using giant guns, others using spears. And then they all immediately get scared as someone... Because in the anime, you hear this person walking up, one after the other. The person getting closer and closer, and the monkeys just hear this person walking up behind them. The way they did in the anime was awesome because it built the tension. And they are all shaking because Zoro looks behind them, and it is Mihawk.
Hawkeye!
You're still here, Roronoa. You ran out of the castle a while ago. It appears you turned the boat I gave you into so much flotsam.
Shut up! I'll grab a couple of pieces of wood and paddle there from here.
Where are you hurrying off to in your injured state?
You told me what happened to Luffy. I can't stay here. I wish I'd known about that battle.
It's nice that you care about your friend, but these fellows can be a handful. They're called humandrills. They're intelligent baboons that imitate people. If they lived near peaceful folk, they'd learn to be peaceful, but this land was racked by war until 7 years ago. When I first arrived, the whole island stank of blood and smoke. There were so many corpses that there was nowhere to stand. In short, these baboons grew up watching bloodthirsty humans and learned how to use weapons. They're warriors of the forest now. Humans with their weapons and intelligence are superior to animals, but animals that are armed with weapons can be deadly too. They're more than a match for youngsters who've gotten too big for their britches.
You talking about me?
Who else? The sun's already going down. Come to my castle. They'll never go near it.
You can't tell me what to do. I'm going out to sea, right now!
Very well. Do as you wish.
Like, Mihawk is trying... Mihawk is giving you advice! He's giving you advice! The world's strongest swordsman! You know, the title you want to get your hands on one day is trying to give you advice. He's all like,
I don't care what you say, I'm gonna do what I want.
And this is the same... Look, this is the same man that gave you that big old giant scar that's across your chest right now. This is the same man that broke your first 2 swords when you first showed up. This is the same man who literally fought you with a basic little knife, a necklace knife.
But you don't want to hear his advice.
Okay.
This is the Sky Island of Valeria, which is populated by meteorologists.
Let me out of here!
Herodus! Call Herodus over here! I'll give it all back!
Herodus! Call Herodus over here! I'll give it all back!
You! Little girl! What shall we do with you? Cat burglar! We're not letting you go! Who knows what you'll steal next?
But I didn't do anything wrong! Just let me go!
And it's where Nami is. This is the weather island where Nami is.
No!
Just let me go!
No!
Hey! Oh, Mr. Herodus! Hey, little girl!
Stop saying hey over and over.
You're in a foul mood. This is the perfect thing. Look! Take a look! These tight knots are called wind knots.
Help me! You want me to smack you? I'm in a hurry!
Mr. Herodus! Come in, Mr. Herodus! This is Herodus. Over. What? She stole weather balls from our weather patch and our research notes.
What did you expect? I'm a pirate and a thief. She's horrible! Such a horrible human being!
What a villain! And she's in our land!
Just let me out, please! I'm in a hurry! I gave back everything I stole, didn't I?
Stay away! That girl is a bad one! What happened to you all of a sudden? You tried to steal a balloon to get to the Blue Sea. If you used it without training, you'd be killed. Besides, the Luffy who's in the newspapers...
The Luffy who's in the newspaper is my
No, wait. Hold on. Besides...
The Luffy who's in the newspaper is my captain.
What?
Huh? The Straw Hat Rookie who wreaked so much havoc in the recent battle?
While we were all separated, Luffy was fighting by himself. He jumped into the Paramount War to save Ace.
It's okay. Don't worry. If I go to help him, he'll just scold me.
Ace died right before his eyes, and I didn't even know about it. Luffy will definitely go to our rallying point. I have to go to him before he completely breaks down.
Hey, little girl!
We have to let her go! We've kidnapped the girl and made her cry! It's inhuman!
Here's the key. We'll get you out of there. Go! I'm so sorry, little... And then... it cuts to Nami, who, with inhuman speed, has already left the cage, has Herodis held hostage, and a big old bunch of extra in a bag. That's actually kind of crazy how she got out of there, grabbed the dude, and a whole bunch of stuff all in one instance.
What? How did she? Goodbye, and thank you! What? What's that?
Those were crocodile tears, and she took Mr. Harrigan's hostage and took back everything she stole to boot! Follow her! The technology of Wadaria must never leave our shores!
Just get me down to the surface. I don't care where.
You're crazy!
Luffy, I know you're okay. I'm sorry. You've always supported us.
We need to be crazy.
We need to be crazy. We need to be crazy. Now it's our turn to do the same for you.
Oh, little girl, you haven't stopped your crocodile tears.
Shut up!
It shows that those were not crocodile tears after all. The Futureland Baltimore, Winter Island.
Intruder alert! We have an intruder at Dr. Vegapunk's laboratory. Do not fire your weapons inside the lab. Assume that everything in there is a treasure of vital importance to the whole world.
Stop!
I didn't think the Navy would be here. Gah! No, I can't shoot! Treasure? Lab? That lab?
Yes, Vegapunk is now the Navy's leading scientist. He's the pride of our nation.
Hold on.
Yes, Vegapunk is now the Navy's leading scientist. He's the pride of our nation. His brains are a treasure for all humanity. This is where Vegapunk spent his childhood. It's filled with his memories. Take a look at that mountain. See how strangely it's shaped? He did that when he was just a child. It was supposed to save everybody from the cold. He worked really hard on it using wild animals for labor, but to this day it remains unfinished.
What is that thing?
Because we're now with Frankie, obviously.
It's a geothermal system for heating the entire island. But he was always plagued by the same problems. He had the completed blueprints in his head, but he had outstripped. I couldn't get the part out. He had outstripped existing technology. On top of that, he couldn't get the funding he needed to perfect his inventions. He wanted to help us so badly he wept. When we saw how deeply he cared, our hearts warmed towards him.
That's a super tearjerker!
Really? We're still awaiting his return, so please, don't ever go into the lab where the self-destruct button is.
Why would you even mention something like that? I'm sorry, but I have to go. The icebreaker ship is the only way off this island, and it's in that lab. I have my own problems, you know. I just found out my captain is in a bad way.
Wait! Don't press that button! Anything but the self-destruct button!
I'm not gonna press it, you fool. Why would he install a self-destruct button anyway?
That voice reminds you of Castlevania?
Ah, the children of the night. What sweet music they make.
I know Dracula doesn't say that in Castlevania. That's from Bram Stoker, but yeah, I get you.
I'm not gonna press it, you fool. But why would he install a self-destruct button anyway? Still, this is super awesome. Did he really come up with all these great inventions when he was just a kid? All these blueprints lying around here. These things must be at least couple of hundred years ahead of their time. They're right, though. As a scientist, I don't want to wreck any of this stuff.
If anything in a genius's home is damaged during the pursuit, you will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Yes, sir! As Frankie's being chased by the Navy and by the cybernetic animals as well. An intruder? In the lab? This is terrible! Every one of those blueprints is priceless!
No, a pirate symbol.
And Frankie just presses a button that says danger and a skull and crossbones on it. And a big, massive explosion happens. This event will be remembered whenever people speak of future land as the nightmare of Baltimore. What I didn't mean to say Baltigo. As the nightmare of Baltimore. So Frankie, because he's not really good at reading context clues, he pretty much pushed the self-destruct button of the entire lab. He didn't want to open fire because he didn't want to damage anything, and he wound up destroying everything.
Way to go, Frankie!
Can I ask you one thing? If for some reason I did happen to press that button...
Navy headquarters, reporting in from Baltimore! We have a problem!
Would it be my fault? If for some reason I did happen to press that button, would it be my fault?
Yes, because you pressed the button. And in this explosion, we just have like a big old thumbs up from Frankie. I almost went back in the wrong area. And in Hungary, a poverty-stricken country on Lazy Bones Island.
Thank you, great demon lord.
Beast Boy would have pushed it too. He would have.
Thank you, great demon lord.
I thought I'd never see the day, but
the long-arm bandits are finally behind bars.
Yo! I don't know why, but when I heard your music for the first time, I suddenly felt like I was bursting with courage and the warrior spirit, so I picked up a weapon and fought for the first time in my life.
Of course, we couldn't have captured them ourselves. You defeated our enemies for us. But thanks to you, all the kidnapped people have been returned safely.
Yo! It was your resolve to fight that made the difference. I only helped a little. Gods and demons help those who help themselves. These are dangerous times. I did what I did so that you can protect yourself after I leave.
What a benevolent man you are! I feel like we can really change!
Thank you so much! Thank you, great demon!
I suppose I've done my duty here. This article caught me off guard. I hope you're all right, Luffy. You must be in terrible pain right now. My heart aches for you, even though I don't have a heart. Luffy, let's sing together so I can soothe your soul.
I didn't know there was a genuine devil protecting them. I figured we could take these single-elbowed freaks back home and open a circus. Hey, there's an idea. We should put these long-arm guys on display. We'll make a fortune.
Hey, hold on. Then you'd be as bad as they are.
What? You want us to release them? If we did that, they'd come after us again.
It's all right. I made a demonic pact with them. Hear me. If you break your promise and do evil in this country again, I'll eat your hearts. And then Brook is like trying to scare these long arm dudes.
Thanks for letting us go. We'll go back to our home country right now. Please forgive us. We'll never come back here again.
Yo! And everybody lived happily ever after.
Now!
Hey! What's going on? As the Long Arm tribe is basically kidnapping Brook.
There's no such thing as demons, moron.
Excuse me?
You may be strong, but you can't do anything when you're all tied up. If we bring a living skeleton back home, we'll be rich!
Demon Lord!
Wait! There's somewhere I have to go!
Our great demon has been captured. We better try to summon another demon. That's right. We know how to summon demons now. With underpants!
Luffy, I will sing for you when you're in pain. That's why the musician is there. I'm coming right now.
Help! Luffy! Help!
And this is Brook being taken away by these long-arm tribe members against his will. That is the end of chapter 592. Onwards to chapter 593. But first, an SBS. Good afternoon, Mr. Oda. In chapter 589, in the 4th panel on page 4, Luffy's shirt says Noodle Maker. On the 5th panel of page 8, it says Morning Glory. In the 9th panel of page 10, it says Eskimo. In the 3rd panel of page 11, it says Change Up. In the 4th panel of page 12, it says Tapioca. I never had tapioca before. Isn't that right? My sister found them all. Signed, Harusame Soup. Answer. You actually got one wrong. I got a lot of comments about the words on Ace and Luffy's shirt, so I'll list them all here. Let's start with Ace's shirt, then we'll do Luffy's, chapters 585 all the way down to 589. So on Ace's shirt, going in this order, it was Bomb Strike, Innocent, Violence, Victory, Independence, Pillage, and then Killer. Wastelands, Flash, Instinct, and then lastly Righteousness. And for Luffy, it was Seaton, Egg Mystery, F1, Shish Kebab, Newton, Lasagna, Noodle Maker, Morning Glory, Eskimo, Dry Season, Rainy Season, Tapioca, and Champion. That's about it. The one thing I regret is in chapter 589. Even I can't read what's there. It really says something. No! And it's some kind of animal. I just can't remember. Oh well. Anyway, I wanted to show that they're not always wearing the same clothes all the time. So I came up with this. Anyway, that's it for the question corner. Starting on page 186 is the voice actor SBS. Chapter 593, News. East Blue atop a giant bridge. The light of revolution. That's what we called you. As we cut back to Robin and with the revolutionaries. That's what we called you. While we searched for you for more than 10 years, you are the only survivor of the country that took on the world, Ohara. Please, do not fear us. We are on your side. Our boss had told us to guard you at all costs, even if the government comes after you.
Your boss?
The supreme commander of the Revolutionary Army, Dragon.
Luffy's father. What a strange twist of fate.
And one of the members of the Revolutionary Army is just looking. We want you to meet our boss. Let us take you to him.
No, there's somewhere I have to go. And I don't need your protection. I have my own friends.
You mean the Straw Hat Pirates? We know all about you. Enemy raid on B2 Ward! Did you see this? Mr. Dragon's son, Straw Hat Luffy, is in the paper. Yes, he went missing after the war, but now he's back, and he's done this crazy thing. We'd better show this article to Nico Robin right away. She's probably worried about him. I'm sure she hasn't crossed the bridge yet. We have to pass through a couple of ruins before we reach the other end of the bridge. These ruins are here because the whole nation moved along with it as the construction of the bridge progressed. By the way, this is the construction site from 300 years ago.
Why are they building this bridge anyway?
The Celestial Dragons ordered it built. Its purpose isn't important. Countless slaves have perished in its construction. Nothing will change that. Then it cuts to a crow that apparently It cuts to a crow that flies and drops a newspaper in the hand of one of these revolutionaries. Thanks. This is for you, Robin.
Luffy! I'm glad he's all right.
Huh? What is it? Is there something funny written on it?
Yes.
And then Robin doesn't go any further than that. Kamabaka Kingdom, Peachy Island, the Grand Line. This is Straw Hat Boy's wanted poster. Wanted poster. That's right. And Pirate Hunter Zoro's. What? And this is Nami, the cat burglars. Ooh! And this is the King of Snipers. Uh-huh. Is this you? No! Then where's your poster? How do I know you're really Straw Hat Boy's shipmate? As Ivankov is speaking to Sanji. How do I know you're really Straw Hat Boy's shipmate? But I am. I swear it. Just tell me where Luffy is, Drag Queen King. I read in the paper that you were with Luffy. Then is this you? No, but you're not wrong. The name on it is mine. You sound like you're experiencing an identity crisis. It's me! The guy on that weird wanted poster is definitely me! No, it doesn't look like you. Then don't make me own up to it! I coughed up blood for nothing! And Sanji literally can't stand the fact that he has to admit that that's his wanted poster, but not the face on it. It's so insulting to him that he's coughing up blood shouting this.
Then don't make me own up to it. I coughed up blood for nothing.
It's no use, as long as there's even a 0.1% chance that you're a government goon. I won't give you a speck of information about Straw Hat Boy.
Fine, then let me borrow a ship. I've got to go meet Luffy at the rendezvous point.
I'm not giving you a ship either.
Then I'll swim there.
I can feel the passion in you. In that case, if you really want information about Straw Hat Boy...
Yeah?
I won't let you have it! Hee-haw!
You won't?
You won't? You faked us out good!
Shut up, you punks!
Oh, you look a bit feeble. We should seize the opportunity and put him in this lovely dress.
I'm never wearing that again. I'm a manly man who loves the ladies, so stay away from me! You're Eva, right? Fine, I've decided to behave like the pirate I am and steal your ship. I challenge you to a duel!
All right. And then it cuts to later on with Sanji having been badly beaten by Ivankov. If you want to know how Straw Hat Boy is, I'll tell you, Twirly Boy.
Why the sudden change of heart?
Because the whole world knows it now, but I don't know what he thinks he's doing.
Is this today's newspaper? What? Luffy?
And then Inazuma, in her female form now. Eva, we got a transmission from Baltigo. Really? Come to the communications room. Baltigo, island of the white sand, the Grand Line.
They revealed his relationship to Garp. Looks like the whole world
They revealed his relationship to Garp. Looks like the whole world knows your background now, Dragon. Are the soldiers of the Revolutionary Army shaken up?
Seems like they've hardened to hear that their mysterious boss is a human being with a soul. I don't mind. Luffy isn't a child anymore. But you were the last person I expected to find with him.
It's a twist of fate. Did you see the paper today? Straw Hat Boy never ceases to amaze me, doing such crazy things. The apple didn't fall far from the tree. Didn't he say that earlier on? Anyway, Inazuma and I, white transponder snail, rare, emits a psionic wave that prevents wiretapping. Anyway, Inazuma and I, we have lots of stuff we want to talk to you about since the jailbreak.
I know. A council of our executives from around the world will be convened soon. The death of Whitebeard has destabilized the old world order. The government's machinations are all in disarray. I want to talk to you about what happened to Kuma, too.
That's something I really want to know. Why would he allow the government to tell him what to do? He isn't the Kuma I knew anymore. He tried to kill me. Sabo the Archipelago, the Grand Line, the anchor point of the Thousand Sunny. Number 44 Grove. Give us that ship! It's Straw Hat Luffy's ship, right? He's the son of Dragon the Revolutionary. The Navy will pay well for it. We're all in the same trade here. Give it to us and we'll split the money with you flying fish riders. And it's a bunch of crew members, including one that looks like Sun Wukong.
What? Handsome?
Nobody said that! Give us the ship, fool!
I'm not giving you anything! As Duval is beating up all these dudes. Listen, I'm the handsome Duval. I owe everything to the people of this ship. I'm gonna be very popular with the ladies. I'm not gonna let you idiots, handsome, take the ship. As long as I'm alive, nobody will be allowed to touch this ship. But I'd like to touch some girls. Wait, that came out wrong. Anyway, remember that. Not one finger. Don't you think so? Yes, Rosamore! Rosam! Yes, Rosam!
You're amazing, Duval! That girl's cheering because I'm so awesome!
And it's Kami. And I love you too! And Duval still doesn't know how to properly wink. He's still twisted and contorting his face.
Should we go to the Mermaid Cafe first? It's really nice there.
No, we have to go to the Fisherman Karate Dojo, Kami.
I promised Bonesy we'd meet the mermaid princess.
Duval, you're being ignored.
You're right, but I'm okay.
Hey, Shaki, they're all gathering here with the Beaver cart, right? We saw the paper today, so we know Luffy's okay.
I think so, but it'll take time for him to get back.
especially now that Ray's with Monkey.
That obsessed level, though, seriously. That self-centered level, though.
We'll have to defend this ship until then.
We're here, miss! I don't care if the Navy shows up! Duval, we got trouble! Kuma's here! He's like a gigantic bear! What? A giant bear?
And Kuma is literally right there in front of Duval.
Ah! It's Bartholomew Kuma! One of the 7 warlords of the sea!
Stay calm. He's the one who came to see Ray the other day. You're on our side, right?
But Kuma doesn't say anything. Sand Kingdom, Sandy Island, the Grand Line.
What happened to the pirates?
Alabarna, capital of the Kingdom of Alabasta. We drove them away. The town's mostly intact. Security is being intensified in every port city even as we speak. And this is Pell and Chaka speaking to Cobra. But we mustn't let our guard down yet.
I wish all pirates were like Luffy and his crew, but reality always reminds us that they are not.
Speaking of which, Your Majesty, did you see this morning's newspaper?
Of course. Vivi looked confused when she read the story.
Huh? Is this some kind of fashion statement? No, it can't be. This is Luffy we're talking about here.
She took the paper to her room.
As Vivi and Karoo look at the newspaper. A certain town in a certain country on the Grand Line.
It's been 3 weeks since the great battle. He manages to escape with his life, and he does this? What's he thinking?
And this is Crocodile and Mr. One. He must have some ulterior motive, or he's insane.
You think so, Daz?
Straw Hat is still weakened. Wounds like those don't heal that fast.
The cheeky rascal. Is that spite directed at me? I'm fully recovered, and to prove it, I'm heading back to the wonderful new world. Are you coming with me?
Of course. A certain isolated island on the Grand Line.
Captain Buggy! We looked everywhere for you!
And it's Moji and Kabaji.
Ever since you got captured, I've been so worried I stayed up every night trying to figure out how to rescue you! We sailed all over the world, tasting bitter defeat at every turn. Then before we knew it, you'd gone from being a forlorn prisoner to a hero. We saw it in the paper. We all believed in you, and deep in our hearts we thought, see that world? That's our captain who did that!
You guys, you all trusted me. I missed you too!
Captain Buggy!
And Alvita's just like, didn't you people give up on Buggy right away?
All right, men.
All right, men, I'm the first mate of the Buggy Pirates, Moji!
Yeah, Moji!
And I'm the Chief of Staff, Kabaji!
Yeah, Kabaji!
And then Richie is just thinking about food.
I recognize a lot of them. They're all famous outlaws with huge bounties on their heads.
Let me show you something nice, Alvita.
Is this Captain John's treasure map? Treasure mark?
You know which way the wind blows in this world. It's not to the east or to the west. It blows for me.
Buggy, the government sent out a carrier bat with a message for you.
What? How did they know I was here?
This news is pretty shocking.
Don't read it before I do.
And Mr. 3 has a letter sent to Buggy. And that is the end of chapter 593. We got another SBS. And then we can move on to the last chapter. It's Nico Robin's voice actress, Yoriko Yamaguchi. How do you do? This is our seventh voice actor question corner. Our guest today isn't like the other Straw Hat voice actors. She is Nico Robin, the mysterious woman who never lets down her guard. But the actress who voices her always has her guard down. Allow me to introduce Yuriko Yamaguchi in the house! Hi, Yuriko, or as I like to call you, Softy. Please introduce yourself. Yamaguchi.
I'm Nico Robin.
Oda. That's just the character you portray, but whatever. If I push back now, we'll never get anywhere. But once you get into character, you look just like...
This is delicious.
Hey, those rice crackers were a gift. Why did you start eating them now? Hey, no thank you. Don't mind me, I don't need any tea. Now let's start. Oh yeah, do you know what SBS stands for?
Shoot, Brooke got stabbed by me.
Don't stab him. Jeez. Hey, Odachi, want some tea? I said I'm good! Oh, I get it. SBS stands for shouldn't we take a break soon? Not yet! Jeez, can you please do it right? Preview for next voice actors SBS. The next voice actor SBS will be for these two. Send in your questions. Ask whatever you want so you won't regret it later. Frankie, Kazuki Ao, and Brooke. Cho. Weirdos are coming out of the woodwork, so ask Frankie your weird questions. Ask Brooke even weirder questions. Chapter 594, Message. And in this cover page, we have Garp and Sengoku playing, just stacking rice crackers on top of each other. Just casually. Seeing Sengoku with seeing Sengoku with a face full of crackers is just kind of funny to me. But we begin this chapter with the Gorosei.
This Straw Hat Luffy is always in the news, but considering he's Garp's grandson, I'm not surprised.
What's his connection to Rayleigh? I seriously doubt he'd return to the stage after so many years away.
Jinbei is fully against us now. I find it very unfortunate, because his joining symbolized peace and understanding between our species and the fishmen.
The balance of the three great powers cannot be depended on any longer. Who can we use to fill in the seven warlords' 3 empty seats? We should wait for further developments in the New World. The balance of power among the pirates will be shifting soon. We must pick the ones who have the greatest influence. Room of the 5 Elders, Sacred Marijois, the Red Line.
Blackbeard has already begun his rampage in the New World. He's already taken out one of the rookies worth over 100 million.
He knows Whitebeard's territories through and through.
Of the pirate candidates for the 4 emperors, he is the front-runner. There is no historical precedent for a man who's eaten 2 devil fruits.
Only the remaining 4 emperors themselves could possibly defeat him. And maybe Marco the Phoenix with Whitebeard's crew.
The largest problem here is, as always, is D. What with Portgas, what happened with Portgas, that name has become too much well known in recent years.
Elsewhere on Sacred Marijois. I tried to stop him, but Garp has essentially resigned. But he still retains his rank. I won't allow him to leave the service just yet. I need him to train the young officers of the next generation. Kong! World Government Military Commander-in-Chief. So he's the top person in the Navy. Above Sengoku. He's the Commander-in-Chief. If you're going to resign as Fleet Admiral of the Navy, you could at least do as much, Sengoku.
Very well. That might be a good way to retire.
You two have led the Navy since the days of Roger. If both of you were to resign, it would cause another meteor uproar. There are still a good many legendary pirates at large, including those that escaped from level 6 of Impel Down. Newgate was at the top of the group. Now that a new era of piracy is beginning. Oh wait, this is Sengoku.
Newgate was at the top of the group. Now that a new era of piracy is beginning, why keep all your old war horses around? Every generation must serve justice in its own way. Either way, sir, I would like to recommend Aokiji as the next admiral of the fleet.
Navy Headquarters, Marineford, the Grand Line.
He's still alive after all.
He's still alive after all. Did you hear? Straw Hat has caused another disturbance.
Yes,
sir. It hasn't even been that long, and now this 16 rings incident? Is this some kind of message?
I have no idea. Are there any updates on my transfer?
And this is Aokiji speaking to Smoker.
I'll talk to Sengoku about it if it's really what you want. People don't usually volunteer to go to G5. There's nothing but problems there. Grand Line Navy, Branch 5. In other words, you want to go to the New World.
I like to keep my enemies close.
Medical Ward, Navy Headquarters. It's one of the abilities of hockey power, all right? There's no mistake. The power's probably awakened because of the shock you suffered in battle. Normally, people are only able to draw that power through years of training. Hockey power? This? All naval officers of Vice Admiral rank and higher have some form of it. I feel the presence of everyone around me so strongly. It's unnerving.
You're Garp's students, aren't you? Have him teach you about it.
Hey, Doc, can I catch up to him? Gah, it feels like you're always ahead of me. I don't get it either,
Goes Kobe to Helmeppo. Proceedings room.
This is incomprehensible. During the Paramount War, we discovered he was the late Porcus D. Ace's adopted brother and the son of Dragon the Revolutionary.
Buggy's, he has a loyal crew even that no one cares. Yeah, there are definitely Buggy fanboys and girls out there. There are definitely Buggy fanboys and girls out there.
During the Paramount War, we discovered he was the late Porcus D. Ace's adopted brother and the son of Dragon the Revolutionary. And we now know that he's Vice Admiral Garp's grandson. This pirate, Monkey D. Luffy. He was missing, but it's been confirmed that he's alive. He has resurfaced here at Navy headquarters, and he's accompanied by that traitor, the former warlord Jinbei, the first son of the sea. And the Pirate King's former first mate was with him too, the Dark King Silvers Rayleigh. Right now, Marineford's workers are rebuilding the city. Spectators have gathered from around the world. The press and civilians of all kinds are coming and going at will. Throughout the oceans, Whitebeard's death has led to various incidents among the surviving pirates. All our available troops are away from headquarters. They struck when we were short-handed. Those three must have known about it and came to steal a warship. Then they used it to circle Marineford once. That's the water burial ceremony of the sea. After that, Monkey D. Luffy brazenly entered the plaza and rang the ox bell 16 times. Then he threw a bouquet onto the shattered ruins of the plaza and observed a moment of silence. Then the press happily took pictures of him and reported on it. This picture has circulated around the world. It highlights our failure to capture him. There is no greater humiliation than this. It seems this is the way of mourning his brother, Whitebeard, and all who died in the great battle. That's what the moment of silence encircling the ship were, but the custom is to ring the bell just twice. He rang it 16 times. This is a direct challenge to our authority.
The New World.
Straw Hat Luffy is alive. 16 rings for the New World at Marineford. What's this oxbell thing?
As we cut to Kid speaking to Killer. The oxbell is the name of a sacred bell on the famous ship of war, the Ox Lloyd. It's rung each year, 8 times to give thanks for the past year, and 8 more to pray for the coming year. The Navy has a custom of ringing it 2 times. That's what 16 rings mean, but this isn't the right time of year for it. This is his declaration that a new era has begun.
The era of Whitebeard is over. Is he trying to claim the new one as his own?
If not, then why would he bother coming back to the place where he lost his brother? That would be like rubbing salt on his own wounds.
He's a pest. Of all the greenhorns with bounties of over 100 million, he's definitely in a league of his own. But I'm not so soft as to allow him to keep running around free. I thought the New World would be more fun. What's with these cowards?
Give us a break! We were just about to leave these waters! Let us return to paradise alive!
Paradise? You mean the loving bosom of your families? If you're not prepared to die, don't come to these waters!
As Kid says this as he causes metal to appear around him as he stands in front of the mutilated and crucified bodies of other pirates that he's basically, messed up while he's here on this island. The New World.
Godfather! The ship's floating out of the water!
What? What are you talking about? Do your job, navigator.
Capone Gang Beji. Now, mind you, we've zoomed in on Killer. Then we had Eustace Captain Kidd. Capone Gang Beji.
Godfather, something's coming down out of the sky!
No, we're being sucked up to it.
And something is above Capone and his crew, and it pretty much pulls their ship into the air above it, but we don't know what it is. Grand Line, somewhere at sea. Sorry for making you guys take this long trip.
Don't worry about it. We're used to long voyages.
What are you doing over there?
We're watching you to make sure you get some rest. It's the Snake Princess's orders. The Snake Princess fainted after getting too worked up earlier.
And they say that they're there to watch Luffy to make sure he sleeps and rests, but they're just constantly pulling on his very stretchy body. I hope they'll get the message. They should when they see the story. Those actions are unusual for you. That's the key. But then, there's one man who didn't seem very sharp. Well, I'm sure he'll be fine. I know your message will reach them. I have a feeling about it. In the sky above the Grand Line.
Hey! I got it! I got it, Luffy! I got it! I got it!
Understood. Atop the giant bridge in the East Blue, we cut from Chopper to Robin. Understood. What is it, Robin? All right, Luffy. What is it? Kamabaka Queendom. Ruins of the Monkey Kingdom.
Hey, aren't you done yet? My arms are getting tired!
Hold on. There's something. This isn't something Luffy would normally do. Rayleigh was with him, so he must have planned it. There has to be something going on here. This is the person that Rayleigh was saying, like, there's one man who doesn't seem very sharp. Well, I'm sure he'll be fine. It's Zoro who doesn't get it. Bowen Island.
I understand, Luffy!
Now what is it, Usoppin? Little girl, they're coming after you.
You're always like this. You have no consideration for the rest of us.
The Sky Island of Witheria.
I see.
Future, Land Baltimore, as Frankie's body is completely devoid of all skin because he was caught up in that explosion, and we see his face underneath. We see this face underneath.
I see.
Future Land Baltimore. Long Arm Kingdom. So that's it.
Here he is, the world's only living skeleton!
And then we get the silence of the ocean. Back in the turbulent new world. Sorry, can you say that one more time? I don't think I heard you right. Basil Hawkins!
I'm Brownbeard, the great pirate Brownbeard. The bounty on my head is over 80 million berries. Remember my name. This is my territory now.
I see. Your name's so ridiculous I thought I misheard you. Let me tell you two things. One, I hate jokes.
Jokes?
Two, the shadow of death is on your face today. As Basil Hawkins draws his sword, and we see the part of his body start to turn into that demon face like he had back at Sabaody. Every hardened warrior who sets foot in the new world even once.
Is it really pointing at that island? The log pose, I mean. That's insane. How are we supposed to get ashore? It's raining
down lightning! Urush! Every hardened warrior who sets foot in the new world even once describes the first half of the Grand Line the same way.
Head monk! Someone is coming towards us!
Who is it? That part of the sea was paradise.
Would you like an umbrella?
Umbrella? And that is the final chapter. That is the final chapter of Volume 60. We got the SBS for Robin's voice actor, and then we move on to Volume 61. On Monday... Oh, well, let me just say this. We move on to Volume 61. That starts the new world. But let's read through this and I'll give my final piece. Our very own archaeologist, Yuriko Yamaguchi. Reader, Yuriko Yamaguchi! Hello, I'm a 12-year-old that fell in love with Robin's voice. This is a serious question. What was your first impression of Robin? Please tell me. Sign, Funga. Yamaguchi, she's a really awesome woman. Question, Yamaguchi! I have a question. Can you try saying Cinco Fleur, but replace the C with an ST? Sign North 2137. Choke. And then I guess the person gets choked out. Question. Dear Yamaguchi, do you think you have anything in common with Robin? And if there really were devil fruits, what kind would you eat? As for me, I'd eat the flower fruit. It could be so convenient. Sign, Encounter with the Shore. Answer. What I have in common with Robin is that if I keep my mouth shut, people think I'm as cool as she is. As for which fruit I'd eat, I'd choose the smile fruit. I want to give people give smiles to people with scary faces and nervous people. Question. I have a problem, Yoriko. Mr. Oda has disappeared. What do you think happened to him? Signed, Fish. Answer. Assassination. Question. We always see Robin reading books, but what do you like to read? I hope it's not smut, right? Answer. Death Pecco. Answer. Signed by Death Pecco. Answer. I pretend to read books all the time. Question. You have the flower fruit, so Robin must love flowers. Here's a question for you. What kind of flowers would best match the Straw Hat crew? Just choose whichever flower you think is best. Sign, I love Cosmos. And so going from Luffy all the way down to Brook, Luffy would be Cosmos. Zoro would be a thistle. Nami would be a sunflower. Usopp would be a daisy. Sanji would be a larkspur. Sanji would be a larkspur. Chopper would be a tulip. Robin would be a Casablanca lily. Frankie would be an anemone. And Brook would be a rose. Brook and Robin have the more elegant flowers when you think about it. Question. I have a question for you, Yoriko. Robin always keeps her cool. She's always so awesome. In Thriller Bark, she said she was too embarrassed to dock with them. Would you turn them down just like Robin did? Sign, I love Zoro and Robin. Answer, I'd be embarrassed, but I'd want to try. How about half docking? Question, to Yoriko Yamaguchi, are you my mother? Sign, my curtains stink. Should probably get that looked at. Answer, from now on, wash the curtains in my place. Question, hello, all the voice actors and actresses of One Piece really strive for realism. Do you, Yamaguchi? That means when Frankie joined the crew, you grabbed Frankie? Sign, Nachi. Answer, I am among the voice actors who go for total realism. Yao, Frankie's voice actor, was really reluctant, but I really did forcefully grab him. Yao, I would like to take this opportunity to apologize for that. Oh yeah, you almost forgot now that Marineford is over, we can finally coin phrase something. Saba Ori, Impel Down, and Marineford from this day forward to all the people as the Saga of Els. People were getting bodied left and right, so there was a lot of that. But let's continue. Question. Please tell me your recipe for octopus balls. Sign, Mujon. Answer, 1 part flour to 3 parts water, eggs, octopus, green onion, preserved ginger, tempura crumbs, mountain yam, a little, salt, very little, kelp stock, a little, soy sauce, just a dash. Making the mix. Mix the flour and water first. Then add the mountain yam, salt stock, and soy sauce. Oil up the pan, stir fry the octopus, then put in the mix and the rest of the ingredients. Keep an eye on them and flip them when the time is right. You can add Worcestershire sauce or soup stock if you want. Question. Knowing how well Robin, Yamaguchi, takes care of her friends, I would like to ask a favor of you. Can you draw the Straw Hat crew? Sign, Lemonsky. Oda. Well, it's about time to go. Thank you very much. Yuriko? Huh? What's this picture? It's a bomb? Everybody run! Farther! Fire away! And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of Volume 60 and the final full volume that deals with the pre-time skip. On Monday at 12, ladies and gentlemen, we finally start the time skip. And my countdown, well, frankly, my countdown for this series has already begun with Volume 60. We now have 22 more days until I'm done reading One Piece up to where I started it. We are now less than a month away. So even if I skip Sundays, I'm still going to finish it relatively early in August. We're still right on track, and I want to thank you all for helping. We are almost done with the time skip. Now, the time skip, the pre-time skip and the time skip are in the same volume, in volume 61. And I remember when I got my first volume of that. I remember when I bought that volume for One Piece. That's actually my very first volume of One Piece. My very first volume of One Piece I bought was volume 61. That right there. Because it was when me and my family went on vacation in Virginia, and they had a Barnes & Noble out there. And I bought several volumes of One Piece at the time. So volume 61 is very significant to me because it was the very first volume of One Piece I've ever owned, and I've bought every single volume since. So that holds a lot of significance to me because that was the first time I had One Piece in my hands. Not reading the chapters online, but actual physical volume in my hands. So I can't wait to read volume 61 for all of you on Monday. But time is winding down for this entire One Piece read-through series. So I am done for now, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you all on Monday as we finish the pre-time skip, and then also start the time skip itself. It ought to be good. But to everyone, thank you for tuning in today. It's been a monumentally awesome read, and I can't wait to continue next week. So to everyone, all I can say at the end of the day is, hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. And if you enjoyed what you saw here today, then please, 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 because it helps the channel, like, subscribe, and share this video with everyone you know, because the more the merrier, and because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day, and once again, as always, later, peoples. Am I streaming again later today? Not today. Not today. It won't be today. It might be tomorrow. It might be tomorrow because I only have My Hero Academia and Jujutsu to go over, but it won't be today. I'm gonna rest up today because I still gotta do my reactions to the newest episode of One Piece. So that'll be later on. I'm already busy as it is, but that'll probably be on a Monday, tomorrow or on the Monday, because also we got One Piece coming back. The One Piece chapter is coming back on Monday. One Piece chapter is coming back on Monday. So, of course, I'm going to be reacting to that and doing my One Piece reading on that very same day. So, it's going to be a busy Monday. But I'm done, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all take care. Be good to each other. Be safe. I'm out.